a smile. They took another brother from us. What we supposed to do now? I need them pills for
But
the
shit, how you
power.
been, bro? It's been a minute since I
I
seen you, bro. I've been trying to get in the gym with you, but my life is fucking hectic, dog.
It's been wild, bro. It's been crazy.
It's been a wild ride, going through a lot of changes.
It's a lot of changes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of changes.
Change is always uncomfortable, but it ensures growth for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And it's it's funny because life, you try and be like, no, I'm comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm good.
It's like I'm good. It's like I could, you can get better, but it's like I'm comfortable right now. I'm making money. I got a good spot. I'm chill. And then like the life just be like, no, you're not comfortable.
Yeah, nah.
It's just be
I'm
like,
gonna take this away.
and then it just does it for you. It just like
Yeah.
takes you out of these places. It's just like situations happen where it's just like, all right, now I put you in this situation where it's like you in out.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm out.
I'm done.
I'm out. So it's just like, all right, I'm out. So I'm just gotta regroup and rebuild. So it's like, but it's like I've done it before. So it's like I've never had to. It's not like I've like, this is my first time ever having to start over. But it's not really starting over. It's just like change of scenery.
Yeah, exactly. It's just taking a new path. You like the journey is still ahead of you.
Yeah,
You're
it's
just gonna
still
go
the
this
same
way
journey.
now.
It's just like I just turned left.
Facts. That's why my belief in God and faith in the universe is so real, G. Because I always feel every time like the rug been taken from under me, it's always been for a reason. In the moment, I'm like stressed. Like I don't fucking deserve this. This is some bullshit.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I did everything right. How the fuck do I deserve this? But then when I look back at it, I realized the things that came along with it, what I learned along with it, like the new jobs and new people I got with it, and I'm like, oh, this was meant to happen. Because if I look back at where I was comfortable, that shit wasn't gonna last. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't.
It wasn't gonna last, and it was only harming me. It wasn't helping me.
Facts.
But I had to like get hit in the head to realize that shit.
And then be like, oh, I gotta really make a change. And then now where I'm at now, it's just like, oh snaps. I'm like running all of this. It's like, oh snaps. This is what I wanted anyway.
That's facts.
But I wasn't gonna leave. And then something happened, and I leave, and I'm like, oh snaps.
Snap! I get more than
I
what
get
I
more
thought.
than what I thought. I just thought I was coasting.
No, oh God,
So
man.
yeah, so it's like busyness.
Yeah, busyness. Like, bro, I don't even got time to be a person lately. Like, literally last weekend, I had a whole breakdown moment. I was crying and everything because, like, I'm happy where I'm at, man. Like, I love what I have. I love my family. Like, I'm financially secure right now. Everything is good. I'm so blessed and so grateful. But I can't, like, I don't have time to go to the studio. I don't got time to rap. I barely got time to do this podcast. I'm, like, fucking, like, my non-negotiable of, like, working out, I'm literally, like, sacrificing that every day just to fucking get some sleep. And then I'm trying to kick it with my girl, but she's sleeping and I'm sleeping. Bro, it's just lame. And then I just want to come home and play Madden. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck it. But literally, it's like 12 o'clock. You got to wake up in 4 hours. So if you want to sacrifice 25 minutes, you sacrifice an hour.
Sacrifice an hour.
Yeah, because you know you're not going to get... Once you lose, you got to run it
back.
back. You got to run it back.
I'm not going to go to sleep on the L.
Yeah, that shit don't feel good. I'm going to have bad dreams. So bro, you got to run that shit back, bro. And then you waking up, you tired all over again. That shit make you depressed,
like,
bro.
It's like not enough time in the day, bro, because it's like, if I do everything I'm supposed to do, I'm not gonna have enough time to do the things I want to do.
Yes, bro.
And that's the annoying part, because it's like what I want to do is not productive to where I want to get to, but doing this same thing every day gets boring and redundant.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like I know that you're supposed to have a routine. They say to be successful in anything, you gotta like discipline and routine.
Yeah, you gotta have a structure.
Right, but I get that, but my mind gets stagnant, bro. It's like if I'm doing the same thing for like 6 months, I'm like, all right, I need to change. I need to switch
something
up
needs to go. I get bored real quick.
Yeah, I get bored. So I'm just like, all right, I can't keep waking up at 6:30 and then ending my day at 9 o'clock at night. It's just like, I'm not leaving myself no room to like find myself or have
no room for like spontaneity. You know what I mean? No room like, just to get in trouble.
Yeah, it's like I ain't got no adventure.
Right.
Like, I just
you ain't running into shit. Right. You ain't catching. Don't do Pokemon.
I'm just like going through the motions. Like, all right, going to work today. All right, gotta go to the gym today.
Facts, shit.
So it's like that's going through the changes. I'm like, that's what I've been focusing on this year. I really had no resolutions. I just had like some shifts I wanted to make, like time wise, like giving myself graceness to like just chill for a second.
Because you is a hard worker. You is a go type of person.
Yeah,
so I'm sure you had to talk yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? It's okay to not do shit today.
Facts. I had to like sit down and be like, all right, you don't gotta do nothing. Like just chill. Right. But in my mind, it's like if I'm chilling, that means I'm bro. If I'm
fucking preach.
If I'm doing, I promise you, if I'm sitting here, if I say, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna do nothing on Sundays. Yeah. I'm chilling on Sundays. That whole Sunday, I'm thinking. You should be doing, bro. Yeah. You ain't crack. You just sitting here chilling. But I'm like, my mind is not telling me, no, but look at what you did Monday through Saturday though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, I'm not thinking about Sunday. I'm not doing nothing today.
I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling that way, dog.
Bro.
I was just online playing a game with my homie and shit, and I was like, bro, I ain't did shit today. I slept till like 12, and now I've been playing a video game for 2 hours. He's like, bro, what's wrong with that though? G, you work so hard,
yeah,
bro. Like,
bro, it's
just
like,
take some time. But I'm like, nah, bro. Like, you know, you got niggas in the stew right now. You got niggas doing this right now. Like, and then you know, because sometimes when you get down on yourself, you look at everybody who's doing it, and you like, they put the work in. What the fuck was I doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing? And so I can't be mad at nobody but myself when I'm not putting the work in. But then you put the work in and you feel proud about it. But then it's like you miss out on family, you miss out on rest. It's just that's where I've been at.
Either way, kind of.
Yeah, regardless, you can't win. So it's like
what you want.
I called it work-life balance, but shouts to Pariah at my job. She said you should call it work-life harmony.
Okay.
Because you don't, one's not more important than the other. You just need to meet in the middle. So that's been like my biggest struggle lately. And at the top of this year, because honestly, I got blessed, man. God gave me a bag. He gave me security, baby on the way and shit. So like the human aspect of things is taken care of. Now it's time to figure out like how to stay a fucking dad and like the man of the house, but still go out and be a rock star at the same time.
Achieve your dream.
Exactly. So that's what I'm working hard on. And man, sometimes I do everything right, and I'm just like, everything still fell through, dog.
Bro.
Like, I still don't, like, what the fuck, bro?
And then it's just like, it's not even that you get that feeling of quitting. It's just that feeling of like, my energy is like gone. I got to recharge it now. Cause I just put everything into this, and it's like, didn't go the way I wanted to. So now I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But the most important thing with, especially with like black men, is like financial security. Yeah. It's like, because we always feel like we behind anyway.
Facts.
We feel like we behind regardless. So when we feel like we secure financially, it gives us room to kind of grow creatively.
A lot more confidence.
It gives us a lot more. Yeah, it's like it gives us that room to be like, you know what? I don't got to think about getting to this level. I got to a point where I'm comfortable. And sometimes we think we're not going to get to that point. Because it's like, we've been broke before. We know what broke feels like.
It's a constant survival for the black man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why even when I'm up, calling off work don't feel good.
It don't feel good.
Yeah, I could have just hit, I don't know, 30,000 on the boat, but I'm still taking my ass to work tomorrow. Because, like, this can be going in an instant. And we lost it so many times and seen that happen so many times. It's like, nah, I can't afford that
Especially now, bro. Because I've touched so much money in my life and didn't do the right things with it.
Oh, my God.
So now that I'm like, I just, when I hit 30, like, my whole brain shifted. Like, when OGs was telling me as a shorty, like, once you hit 30, like, your mind gonna shift. I started thinking about the money I touched and what I wasn't doing with it. So now money I touch now, I instantly just trying to, like, invest in it, trying to put it somewhere.
Facts.
Or not even spend it, because my girl, she better at saving money than I am.
Oh, my girl is too. Or I think she just make more of it.
Yeah, probably
she
is.
Just make more of it.
Because it's like, man, it's like I spend money a lot. Yeah. But it's like, what the things I'm buying is just stuff that I enjoy. I don't buy no, like, frivolous stuff that I'm not going to use.
Facts, and that's important too.
Yeah,
that's
it's like I'm not gonna, like, I know me, even if I get fortunate enough to come into that life I want and like having that sustainability of like a career of like fighting and like spend money whatever I want. I know I won't spend it on like frivolous things.
Right, motherfuckers still going to Aldi's.
Yeah, like I'm still going to Aldi's, save a lot. I'm still like $13.
Okay, yeah, now fuck that. Oatmeal over here,
like bro, what you mean? I can get some oatmeal, put some fruit in this mug, and I'm Gucci. So I can already tell because now I'm comfortable. And then it's like, all right, okay, I'm making money. This is what it feel like to have like not living check to check.
Yeah.
Check not gone as soon as you get it. So I'm like, oh, this is comfortable. So now I'm using that to give myself room creatively.
Facts. And I think that's a space to give yourself grace as well. And like that's a taste of success. You know what I'm saying? Especially for any human, but like you said, especially for the black man in America, it's like, okay, I got to a point where I ain't gotta like really check my bank account before I swipe some shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to hate that shit. I used to hate that. Going out with only $20 and being like, okay, I get a $5 beer. Damn, you got me on 13 cents for these wings. Like, bro, guess what?
Bro, hurting, bro.
See, y'all here hurt, but you wanna have fun, you wanna do shit.
Me and my guys fucking recycling the same $20, bro. I paid you back and then you paid me back. We just recycling that mug,
ain't
bro.
Going nowhere with it, dog. Man, I'm glad I'm not the only one on that, man. I'm really stressed about it, man. But once I get it together, I'll be straight. I think, and I'm finna sit down with my girl either right now or probably tomorrow or some shit to really set myself for like I think we already agreed that like we both gonna get a me day. Like it's just for me, and that doesn't mean it has to be a 12-24 hour day. Right. It can just mean 2 to 6 hours.
Yeah, even a couple hours.
Right? Like I need to like put that a non-negotiable on my week. Yeah. It's also gonna be a family day, and then it needs to like 3 days of workout. Like, I love working out every day because it's good for my mental health and my routine.
Right.
But just 3 days of workout, fit them in where you can. Because my thing is, I put too much pressure on the routine. Like, I say I'm going to work out today, I'm going to eat breakfast, then I'm going to shower, then I'm going to do this. But it's like, who cares if you worked out at 10 and then didn't eat till 3 and then you squeezed the shower? You did it. It happened.
It happened, bro.
So fuck the routine.
The same way. Because sometimes my routine gets broken regardless. So whether I work out at 12 in the afternoon or 5 o'clock in the evening, I still worked out.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
Still happy.
I still got the work in. Or whether I can't work out that whole day, but as soon as I get off work, it's like 9 o'clock, I'll go for a run. Oh, exactly. It's like I did something in my mind. My mind knows it's like, all right, I did something. Yeah. So that helps.
That's where I need to give myself grace, bro. Because I just be like, bro, you ain't do it at 9 a.m., you ain't getting it done. Yeah, now you fucking suck. And it's like, what, bro? It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, you woke up late. Now you probably can't go meet up with that homie that you wanted to and get lunch with. You probably either can't do it or you probably don't got the 3 hours to do it. But you can be like, fuck it, let's go to get a coffee or reschedule that shit. And it's okay to reschedule. Like, everything ain't got to be hit. And I think that's where I was in my head, just being too hard on myself. Like, but then, and I'm sure you know this as a fighter, with anything you do, if you got this ambition and you really want something in life, you know there's no room for excuses.
There's no room,
you know what I'm saying? But I feel like grace in the way, when you are that type of way in your mind, it's like you feel like giving yourself grace as an excuse. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, fuck that. Tomorrow we gotta go hard.
Yeah. Like, I failed today.
But that shit don't get us nowhere, man. Shouts to Jay Shetty. I was just listening to one of his podcasts, and he was talking about when have you ever did anything for somebody that you hate? So if you walk around thinking you a failure every day and you hate yourself, how do you ever expect to do things for yourself? You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, bro.
That's a bar, man. And I'm like, facts, man. I wake up, give myself mantras like, I love myself. It's okay, you fucking human dog. Shit happens, man.
Yeah, because we gonna slip up as humans. Like, nobody's perfect, because perfect is boring.
No, facts.
Like, it's we seek perfection, but it's good that, like, we never gonna hit perfection because it's boring.
Facts.
It's good that in life you get hit with something because it's like, all right, it remind me, like, I ain't never too comfortable.
Yeah, this ain't fucking, like, you know, this is Spider-Man, but Spider-Man died.
Yeah, he died, right, bro. So it's just like, we got to keep every day. I feel like every day we just got to say, I'm going to try to do something 1% better than I did it yesterday.
I like that.
Because then progression counts. Like, longevity counts. Like, I always think like that. Like, athletes, they always say longevity matters. Yeah. So if I'm just improving a little bit every day, maybe maybe somebody got on my nerves, and instead of, like, telling them to shut up, I was like, for sure. And then I just, like, end the conversation nicely and stuff. Like, I like, with my girl, I'm not agreeing with her, but instead I'm just like, all right, for sure, I get you. Like, no, I may not agree with it, but I see where you coming from, type of thing. It's just like, I'm picking battles now.
Being more conscious of where you put your energy. I'm being more conscious
of what my energy is going.
Facts.
So I'm just like, all right, this is grace right here.
Yeah, and that's peace too as well. A lot of people think I got soft, or I just don't give a fuck about how people treat me. It's just like, nah, I just been that bitter, mean, pick a fight every day person.
And it's tiring.
I don't got that in me no more, man. Like, it's just like, that's how you feel. Bet I did this out the goodness of my heart, so I'm gonna continue to do it.
Exactly.
And if you want to be around for it, fine. If you don't, you don't. Like, I don't need to
argue. As long as we're at peace with ourselves, with situations, that's what matters. Because we are the villain in somebody's story.
My God, I probably got a couple.
You know, I know for a fact I'm the villain in a couple people's stories, but I've made peace with that, and I know I'm not that person I was when I was the villain in their story.
And see, that's important, man. I used to be so caught up on the narrative. Like, they need to know I'm not the bad person. It wasn't my fault.
No, as long as you can't control that. You can't control that, because a human being gonna think what they want to think regardless.
Yeah, and I think that kept me in a couple relationships, job situations, way too long. All because I wanted to prove myself.
Exactly, and that loyalty is just like, you believed in me, like, you had that, you gave me a chance, so I want to show you I'm that person that you thought I was, you know what I mean? But you can't change a human being's mind when their mind is made up. You feel
freeze. Man, let's get into this, man, before we get to talk about all types of shit. God damn, I love that, bro. I love that, man. I'm glad I called you on here, bro. So, welcome to Already Broken, fam. I need to find something cool to say at the beginning of these episodes, because I always explain it the same fucking way, bro. But, basically, man, I was going through a ton of shit, bro. I was going through a breakup. I was losing my place to stay because I, trusted somebody that I shouldn't have. Fucking lost my mom, was losing friends. Like, everything was just, lost my job and shit. They just robbed us. Everything was just fucking bad, bro. And I got into therapy and everything, and I realized how good that was for me.
Shouts out to therapy, bro.
Oh my God, therapy is the best thing ever.
It's the best thing ever, bro.
And then you look around you and you see how many people could use it, and you see how many people are like so far behind in it. And that's not for me to judge, but as you learn more, you're like, God damn, we really need this. Yeah. And then I realized how much that was helping me, but I also realized how many people were like, quote unquote, fucked up like I was, and like going through things that I went through, but now they were all smiles and shit happens and you'll figure it out. And I was like, how could you feel this way? Like, I feel like the whole world has been stripped from me, dog. Like, I'll never pick back up again. And so I wanted to like tap into people's brains and be like, okay, well, you went through this. How did you get through it? Like, what was your thing? And so it was a selfish thing at first, but then I realized how these conversations kind of open people's hearts, kind of walks them through their own trauma. And we kind of have our own little therapeutic session right here. Sure. And it's good for black people, it's good for younger people, it's good for all creeds, religions, and individuals just to fucking talk sometimes. Yeah. And at the same time, we sharing each other's story with the world, with each other, and just taking pieces of each other. So that's essentially how Already Broken started and what it's becoming. And I can't control where it's going to go, but I'm just having a damn good time getting to know people. Yeah. I'm having such a good time getting to know people, man. So I'm going to get to introducing you. And I wanted to do this shit like, what's his name? Buffer? What's his name?
Who's Buffer?
Hey, yo. But I didn't know your weight or height and nothing like that. But shit, y'all already know this man. But for the better part of 4 to 6 months, he was my personal trainer. I was in Muay Thai heavy as fuck. You're the only class I ever went to, and I went to that actual school. Like, I went to a couple people classes, but you used to work us the hardest, bro. Yeah, bro. And so everybody was running away from your shit. I'm like, nah, I need that shit. I need to not be able to breathe when I get out. Chest hurt. I need to go. First one there, even late doing the push-ups and shit, man. That shit was awesome, bro. I think you talented, smart, funny, and I think you genuinely made me a better person, bro. You helped me with my self-discipline. And believe it or not, you helped me with my mental health a lot, because working out is like it's the first thing I need to get my mind together in the morning. Yeah. And it helps me cope with everything. So hitting the bag and pushing through everything like physically with you, when it came down to the world on my shoulders after, it was a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah, but once I met you, I already knew like the vibe you had. I just knew we was cut from the same cloth. So because that's how I teach. I get the vibe from you, and I know if I can push you and how far I can push you. Yeah. So once I saw how you worked out that first time, I'm like, oh, he can get it. Yeah. Like he got some shit he need to. Couldn't even breathe. He need to get out. Right. So I'm like, I'm gonna get him there. And then like I kept seeing you every day, and I'm like, I see you. I'm gonna keep trying to break you every time. Like you kept coming, so I'm just like, I fucks with this dude.
Nah, I love that, man. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you had that, man, because I'm just thinking you fucking with everybody, man. But that's love, bro. I love that.
Oh yeah, I try to break in anything I'm teaching, like a client or a class. I'm trying to break them, and I'm trying to see how far I can break you, because life gonna do it.
Yeah, life gonna do it before I can.
Right.
So if I can break you here, you can walk out of this, and you can walk out of anything.
If you can feel like, man, he just tried to take me out, like I can't breathe, but you living, you finna walk out of here on your legs, on your 2 feet, 10 toes down. You finna go home, eat some dinner, and sleep. So it's like stuff ain't that hard.
That's a good way to train people, man. And that's exactly what it did for my mental too. So it worked, man. For sure. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome the myth, the man, the pariah, Siron Harrison in the motherfucking building. So man, tell the people about yourself a little bit.
Man, I'm super chill, laid back dude, but I love to fight. I love to fight, bro. It's my passion. I've loved it since I was 18. I saw with my mom. We went to Bennigan's downtown. Shouts out to Bennigan's.
Okay.
On Michigan Ave. I looked up at the TV, bro.
What is Bennigan's? Is that
it's a restaurant, like a bar restaurant. And my mom used to take me there all the time after baseball games and baseball practice. So we went there. A game got canceled for rain. I feel like it was like meant for me to see this happen, because I had a game during this time, but it got canceled. So my mom was like, "We already out, so let's go get some food." I look up at the TV. I never had this feeling in my life before where it was like, yo, what's this? I can do this. And I'm like probably like 11 or 12, but I'm like, I can do this.
Was it like Bellator or UFC?
It was UFC. I remember the fight. It was Mark Davis versus Ben Killer B. Saunders, bro. I was like 11 or 12 years old, but when I saw it, bro, I was just like, my brain went there. I had my mom, I quit baseball instantly, had my mom sign me up for karate, wrestling, all the boxing, all this, bro. And by the time I hit 18, I felt like a ninja. I was like, I was already hooked on like Power Rangers and stuff, man.
That's what it's hell.
So I started training, and I got obsessed, bro. And it became like my life. Like for real.
Okay, we're gonna get more into that, man. But I wanna touch on a little bit of you personally before we get. Well, I guess fighting is you. I ain't gonna take that away from your identity, but I wanna dig into. Well, I guess it sound like shit. You came out the womb ready, man. The first 11 years, it was like fuck it. But then you seen it on TV, it was like whatever. But how did you grow up? What school did you go to? Did you grow up in Chicago?
No, so I'm a military kid, man. So we traveled a lot growing up.
Okay.
But we ended up settling in Chicago after a while, and then I went to Revis Elementary Grammar School on the South Side, and then I transferred from there because I kept getting into fights. Bro. I was
wondering if you just grew up fighting.
I was a little demon, bro. But the thing was, I wasn't like a aggressive, angry kid while I was fighting. I just like to tussle. Like I just like to test myself at a young age. So I'm just like, I see a dude who used to get in trouble, so I'm like, you can't do me like that. And so I just keep getting in trouble. So
you always trying to Captain Save-A-Hole.
Yeah, bro. So I'm just like, you gonna do me like that. So I ended up getting kicked out of there. I went to Cosmiskey, and that probably was the best thing that ever happened to me because I was in 7th grade, and I met all my best friends up in there.
Oh, that's
it. To this day, I got me and them dudes all still friends.
That's what's up, man. From 7th grade.
So it's like everything in my life from that point, I realized like everything happens to me for a reason.
Everything, man. I'm telling you, God is real, bro. The universe works for you sometimes.
And what's crazy, if I'd have stayed at that grammar school, Revis, I'd have ended up just like all the other kids because they would have ended up seeing me fight and I would have gravitated towards the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
But I got kicked out of there and went to Cosmiskey. And it was like way better. I met so many dope people there.
Was a lot more chill, a lot less rough kids.
Yeah, and it was like uniform. It was some structure in there. Like, and the teachers like gave you a sense of like, we not gonna hold your hand. We gonna teach you, but it's your job to learn. Okay. So it's like, okay, I can
that makes you mature a little faster.
Yeah, it made me mature a little faster. It wasn't no like asking to go to the bathroom type of thing. It was like, you gotta use the bathroom, go. You just had to be responsible enough to come back. Like, it's on you to come back.
If you don't come back, we're not looking for you.
Like, the teacher was like, that's not my problem. I'm not gonna come look for you. So
that's funny as hell.
It was one of those, so yeah, it grew up quick, man.
So how is it growing up as a military kid? Do you have siblings with you? Was your mom or your dad in the military?
My pops.
Okay.
Yeah, my pops was in the Army. I got an older brother, older sister. I'm the baby.
Okay.
So it was structured. My dad is a no BS type of dude. It's like,
I mean, in the military, shit.
Yeah, it's a no BS type of dude. It's like, it's this way, or it's like you can leave and this other way is out there for you type of thing. So it's like he had structure, but in the sense of he believed in passions though. That's what he believed in. Like he always told us, you got something, go get it. Like
I like that.
Like
Kobe mentality.
That was his thing because he was a talented man, but he was in the military. He went that route. But he was like, I don't care what you want to be in life, but go take it though. Like, yeah, like go get it. Like don't say you want to play ball or you want to do this or that and you ain't going to get it.
Don't just be talking.
Yeah, so I always respected him for that. Like I used to hate him as a kid because he was so hard nosed.
Yeah, but now as you're older, you see what that did for you.
Yeah, I'm older now. I'm like, man, I get the structure from this dude. Like my mentality comes from this dude. And my mom, she was like the grace. Like he'll yell and then she'll come and be like, it's all good, baby.
All right,
like,
she'll baby you.
Yeah, but if you pushed her to that point, she'll hit you with a haymaker too, though. You feel me? Like, cause she'll always be like, you trying to play on my intelligence? You playing on my kindness?
Yeah.
And she'll hit me with that. So it was just like, and my mom's hit way harder than my pops. I ain't even gonna play.
That's wild. I never heard that one before.
Bro, my mom got big hands, dog. My mom got big hands, bro. When she hit me, I felt it. My dad was like tall and like scrawny like me, but toned.
Yeah.
So when he hit me, I felt it, but it wasn't like a oomph.
Yeah, and it probably felt different because dads don't really gotta hit you. They voices enough.
They voices do.
And your mom coddling you, so when she hits you, you don't expect it, and it kind of hurts more emotionally.
It's like, you just hit me for real.
Mama, why you just touching me?
So it's just like, yeah, but I got an older brother. He ended up going to the military, Marines.
Okay.
I got an older sister. She live in Minnesota right now. So it's just like, it was us three. And we had best friends, bros in the neighborhood. But it was just us three and my mom and pops, man.
That's awesome. That's actually dope because usually you hear parents had to give up on their dreams and go do something they didn't want to do, such as the Army, be the manager of Walmart or something like that. And now they just kill everybody's dream along the way. Yeah. Now it's like, you want to sing? I did too. Go ahead, get a fucking job. But like, if dad's is cool, he's like, man, I had to get this up because I had to take care of y'all, but you go get what the fuck you want.
he did with what he had to do, but he's a proud believer of like in passions because he feel like passions keep men alive, especially.
Nah, facts. You need something to fight for, man. You need something to go
men
after.
Especially, he say women got children, like women that have a kid, and like they have them best friends where they can hold on to and gravitate to. They like that thing they can love forever. But men, it's like we lose girlfriends. Like
we're isolated a
you know,
lot of
then
time.
a woman leave her, she take the kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? So
what I got to hold on to, right?
It's like what I got. So it's like your passions, your love for what you do. Work, like,
which comes with integrity and respect for yourself and so on and so forth.
That's what you hold on to. So that's he was a big believer in that. He still is.
And I love that. How did that moving around affect you? Like, when did you settle in Chicago and stay here? Like, were you moving around like until 20 or what? Like,
we moved around until I was about 10, 11.
Okay, so it was probably like a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things I don't remember too much, but the stuff I do remember is just like I didn't really make connections too much because it's like I'm like we moving. Like,
right, we leaving in 3 months anyway, so you're kind of the quiet kid in class or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like, no, I was the opposite. I knew I wasn't going to be that long, so I was
let me fuck it up. Let me fuck it up.
Nah, bro, I knew I wouldn't be that long, so I'm like, y'all got to remember who Siron is, yo.
Yeah.
So, but when I got to Chicago, it was a lot more fast-paced and stuff, and all my family from here anyway. Like my family, my dad has family here. So
your roots is here regardless.
Yeah, my roots is here regardless.
Oh, okay,
so Chicago has always been home.
So it's always in you then.
Yeah,
okay.
Chicago's always in me. Like I'm from the land.
so did it make it hard when you did settle? Did it make it hard to connect with people?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you feel like, because you know, like learning to be social is important. I think that's why we have school and clubs and shit like that. Do you think you were hindered a little while? Like,
a little bit because I wasn't there long enough to really get to know
what that looked like.
What that looked like. But when I settled down and like I forget what grade you might be in at 10 or 11,
like 4th or 3rd, depending.
Yeah. So when I settled down and I started like seeing kids every day in elementary school, 4th, 5th grade, 6th grade, you're seeing the same faces. Y'all growing up together now.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm knowing people, I'm meeting friends, and so it's like I
started learning
how to. Yeah, it came natural because I'm already an outgoing personality. I'm not a quiet dude all the time. So.
What are some of the things you were doing to like fuck shit up before you left?
Oh, bro,
you just starting food fights and shit or what?
Like I you know how like you had the milk cartons, right? Yeah. So I would open them all the way. So I would like open them to like a box. With the cookies in. I'm throwing grenades, bro. I'm throwing grenades over the shoulder. I'm yelling Kareem, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, throwing hook shots, bro. I was crazy. And then teachers would be in class. I'd run up and beat on the door. And then run away, or I'll run in and shoot people with silly string or Nerf guns and bounce.
What? How they even let you get that shit to school?
They're the metal detectors, bro.
Right, in Chicago, I'm forgetting every school ain't like ours, bro. I remember when I first came to Chicago, because I spent some time in Iowa. I was born here, and I went to Iowa, so I had maybe 1st through 3rd grade there, and everything was just mad open. And when I came to Chicago, everything was like, you got cops at the fucking door and shit. Bro. I'm like, bro, I'm in 4th grade. What the fuck am I bringing to school?
Like later, until like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. That's when it started locking down on stuff.
Yeah.
The early days, bro, I was messing shit up, bro.
That shit funny as hell, bro. How was your connection or your relationship with your brothers and sister? Y'all was cool. Y'all had the basic, they bully you, and then now y'all old enough to get along. Because I know me and my brother and sister, we cool as hell now, but they used to bully the fuck out of me.
Yeah, we cool now, but I was the baby, so my mom and pop used to go to the boat. And they used to set me up, bro. They used to send me to bed early, and they knew my mom and pops was coming in with like barbecue, Alice Barbecue, bro, on State Street. They knew they was coming, so they'll put me to bed. I got hip, stayed up one night, bro. I told my OG, I'm like, they put me to bed way early, bro. I got to stay up the whole time, so it was always that sibling banter with us.
Yeah,
bro.
that bullshit.
Yeah, it was always like that back and forth. But it was my sister's the oldest. So, she got 2 little brothers, so she ain't really fuck with us like that. Yeah. And then, like, once me and my brother, we close. Yeah. But my sister always looked out for us, but she ain't fuck with us either at the same time. My older sisters. It was like, so she had jobs. She was buying us, like, I was big on wrestling, so she was buying me wrestling toys, the big wrestling rings.
Yeah, that shit fire as fuck.
So, yeah, so she was still hooking me up with stuff, but it wasn't no hanging out with her. Like,
Right. You see her and
like she come in, then she gone with her boyfriend or whatever. So
I used to be a menace.
Cool. I was too, bro.
I used to break all my sister's shit, bro. Cause my dad, she was the only girl, so my dad used to just buy her whatever the fuck she wanted. So she had all the cool, like, you know, everything you used to see in Disney Channel. Like, whatever the cool shit they had, she ended up having it. The Barbie TVs and all the cool shit. I used to go in there and just fuck it up. I don't think I meant to. I don't really have like a real recollection of being like, I'm gonna fuck this up. I think I just wanted to experience it, and I ended up fucking it up because I didn't know. I didn't know any better and shit.
I was petty. My sis had when NSYNC was popping. She had the puppets, bro, in the boxes. She had the NSYNC puppets.
This bitch probably would have been worth a lot of money right now.
I turned them boys into wrestling toys, bro. I popped them boys out the box. I cut the string off of them. I took a Sharpie. I drew tattoos on them mugs. I had them.
Motherfuckers did the RKO.
Bro. I was a problem, bro. But me and her, we cool now. And me and my brother, we always been close. Like we always been cool. I was like the annoying little brother. I always wanted to hang with him. And then the older I got, the more he started fucking with me. The more he started hanging with me.
Yeah, because then they started seeing you grow into it. Now they can tell you a little more like, okay, now I can tell you I'm smoking weed. Now I can tell you this happened.
He's like my best friend now. That's my dog.
Oh, I love that, man. I wish me and my big brother are closer. I mean, that's still my man's to death, but we just got two different views of the world right now. We just on two different type of planes.
Me and my bro got two different views also, but we meet in the middle in the sense of we see the world in the same light, in the sense like he handles situations differently. Like I'm not the type of person to shy away from confrontation. So if a person has a problem with me, I want to have a conversation with the person.
Right.
And my brothers are like, no, chill, sit back, let the person keep showing you.
Yeah.
Let the person keep on giving you ammunition and fuel.
Let's just talk about it.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but my brother, that's how he is. He the chill type, bro. It take a lot to make him like blow a gasket.
Okay, that makes sense.
So he a chill type.
That makes sense.
So we got two different approaches on how to deal with situations a lot of times. But when it comes to us like hanging out, quality time, understanding each other, understanding how to talk to each other and like hang with each other, that's my dog.
That's love, man. Isn't that crazy how y'all can come from the same family, same bloodline, and be two different people?
Yeah, bro.
That always blew my mind. You would think that everybody gonna be the same way, but nah, everybody go different ways. What was the dynamic between your parents? So like, is your pops just always gone? Does he only come home for a month? Is your mom just always in the house, or does she have a job too? Like, how does that look?
Early years, my mom was at the crib. But when I started going to Revis at like 3rd or 4th grade, she started doing like, you know how they had parent volunteers, so they'd be like walking around the school and stuff like that. So she started doing that. And then my dad would just be working, bro. My dad was a workaholic. When he retired from the military, he started working at Mercy Hospital.
Oh, bet.
So my dad believes in work and structure, man. He's a worker.
He sounds like a great, prestigious guy,
like,
man.
Bro, he got it. But the thing is, though, and he taught me a very valuable lesson. Like, a man can be flawed but still be a great man. And that's what
you are not your mistakes, man.
Yeah,
that's in my mantra every morning, man.
Like my dad is a very flawed man. He made a lot of mistakes, but when you sit and talk to him, and if you listen to him, he's a man who understands he's flawed, and he's like on a path of like he's older in his 60s now. He's like trying to progress.
Yeah, I love that.
So early on, he was like a heavy drinker, military dude. Yeah, that's like the stigma for military guys.
Facts. And
he is not an emotions type of dude. So I'm talking about his feelings. So drinking.
That's just like everybody born in that time. Cause my pop's the same way, man.
Yeah,
I had him on a podcast not too long ago, man, and he felt so much lighter just talking about shit. But he went to prison for a minute, and he had to be reformed as well. And yeah, he a lot more calm now. He's still rough, jagged.
They still who they are to the core.
Yeah, he's still the same person,
definitely.
But he is a lot more softer and conscious now. Not that it's funny because he always has been. He's always been, you could tell, even with the people he was running around with, he was always the smartest and like the most kind-hearted.
That's my pops right there.
Yeah, but he still would get down with the get down.
Yeah, the people he hung with didn't define him, but he still was about that life. Same with my pops. So it was the same thing. Like my parents been together 25 years, bro.
Jesus. Like I need to talk to them about that.
Bro, most of my life, they wasn't even married. They was just like
together.
They was together, like on some loyalty shit. They was just like a couple. And they had
Don't let my girl hear this shit. She ain't never gonna sign the papers.
Bro, like for real, like they had 2 kids. They still weren't married. And they didn't get married until like we were older. Like I remember like going to the courthouse and it was like small family was there.
That's a beautiful thing. I can imagine being with a girl for that long and then I guess having like a revelation of being like, damn, look how far we came. Let's celebrate that.
Yeah, because my mom almost left him a couple times. Like, I remember she told me one time, she was like, because he was a drinker. Yeah. But my mom is the type where she will do what you're doing out of love. So she was drinking too. She was doing the same stuff. It's like,
oh yeah, just trying to fit in.
You know what I mean?
You want to go have a drink?
Like, yeah. So then she woke up one day, it was out of it. My brother and my sister was older. I was like a baby at the time, so she took me and left for like months. Jeez. But she was still coming to get my brother and sister and stuff like that. But she took me because she was like, I don't want him to have this influence and stuff like that. And so, but then my dad showed up. He showed me again like a man can like apologize and like, and he never really. It took time. My mom got extreme patience. Shouts out to my OG.
No, facts.
Her patience is tried and true and proven, bro. Like for real, because he kept messing up drinking wise and stuff. But growing up in a household of alcoholism, you get to see the ups and downs like of relationships, of like family life. Because it goes in swings. Like, y'all happy one minute, then the family's like arguing. I mean, that's
all addictions, you know, even like, personally with the person.
Yeah, so it's just like, my mom was addicted to him, he was addicted to drinking. So like, you know what I mean? So, but now that we older, they like getting better with drinking and they 25 years strong, bro. And they have not had a whole happy come up, bro. They basically grew up in the hood together. My dad took my mom from somebody.
And never let it go, huh?
He was the nerdy dude on the block, and still running with them people.
Yeah.
And my mom liked it because he was different from the other dudes she was messing with. She was messing with the hard dudes. And he was cool with her brothers, and OG got a lot of brothers, and so it worked out, bro. 25 years later.
I love that. That's a beautiful thing to hear, man. Like, because them stints with alcohol or any type of addiction, man, could be very harmful, not only for the person but for everybody around you, man.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad I woke up when I did. I don't think I ever had like an absolute, like I don't think I was ever absolutely an alcoholic. Other people might tell you different. But
that's their perception.
Yeah, that's their perception. But I think one, you know what I'm saying, when everything happened to me, and kind of is still happening to me, that was my way to cope, and I recognized I had to get out of that. But also, like, it just became so normalized to have a drink, and I realized the people I was around and the things I was doing, like, it just becomes a part of it. You know what I'm saying? You going to go perform. Okay, there's drugs over here, drink over here, there's women over here. This comes with the life. So it's just a part of it, and you just...
Especially being a musician.
Oh, my God.
You're supposed to do that.
Man, you never... Yeah, and like, if you look at the books over there, bro, I got fucking Manson, bro. I got Slash. Bro. I got all these cool-ass people who were just talking about being rock stars, and I'm just like, well, I'm supposed to have a bottle with Jack at every show. I'm supposed to get on stage with Jameson. What you talking about? And it became a piece of me, but it definitely started harming me along the way, and I realized how much I wasn't showing up for other people. And I think because of my heart and because I so bad wanted these relationships and wanted to love people and give back, that like I was like, damn, I'm like letting people down. Every day I get drunk and sleep until 5 p.m. I'm missing birthdays. I'm missing Valentine's Day. I'm missing all types of shit and having to say sorry too often.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now you get to you tired of saying sorry.
Yeah, and then I don't feel like myself at all either. You feel me? But then, you know, it's also the other piece where it's like, then you go to days without drinking and you feel bored. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like, I'm like, what the fuck? And everybody else drinking, so you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna join in. But I'm glad I got into like actually talking about it, and I even went through a what do you call them? I think they're psychiatrists because they're not a therapist, but they can prescribe you shit. And so now I got it all under control. Like, even when I feel like I'm going too far, like, okay, I got shit to do tomorrow. Right. This is my 5th drink. It's time to get the fuck about it. Yeah, now I got some self-discipline on that.
Yeah,
but then it's like, and I set days apart, though, when I want to get fucked up. Because now it's like, it's been like, you know, like some months since I got fucked up. So now I'm like, okay, I'm about to get fucked up.
Say it for a special occasion.
Exactly.
You know? Like, I'm celebrating. Yeah, I've never been much of a drinker. I've always been like a weed guy.
Yeah, you used to yell at me doing push-ups while you smoked the weed. I'm like, bro, you not gonna get in on this or what?
Bro, I'm a weed guy. I do shrooms from time to time, but I never like been a drinker. I drink like when I get off work, I have like a drink to chill. But I've never been like a get blacked out drunk type. Cause I feel like growing up, I seen it so much.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so it's just like I never wanted to lose my awareness. So and then when I do feel like I'm getting drunk, I'm gone. Like
I gotta go.
I drop a grenade.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
So I always had good control over that.
That's a beautiful thing. Fucking I love shrooms. You got any cool shroom stories?
Bro, so one time I got a talking to a squirrel story, bro.
Oh my God. Talking to Sandy?
Bro, I promise you. So I had did. It was one time. It was the second time I had ever did shrooms. The first time I was like, I didn't really get a full effect, so I was like, I'm gonna take more this time. So I took more the second time.
That's where we always fuck up.
You know, because the first time you like, I felt something, but I didn't feel nothing. I was fuzzy, but I wasn't in space like people be talking about. So I took like a whole thing. I had got a large pizza from Italian Fiesta, and I had sprinkled like the whole thing over the whole pizza, bro. And I just banged this in one sitting. And then like 30 minutes later, I was watching Rick and Morty.
You was by yourself?
Yeah, I was by myself.
Oh, you're sick.
Yeah, bro. And then I was watching Rick and Morty. I probably was with the shorty I was with at the time. I don't remember. That's what them shrooms do to you, though. I probably was with her watching Rick and Morty. But, yeah, bro, all I remember is I looked over. And there was a squirrel next to me, bro. Matter of fact, I was with the shorty at the time that I was talking to at the time. I looked over and I was like, this a squirrel. Like I said, it's so calm, bro. Like it's gonna attack me or something. So I'm like
trying to alarm the squirrel and shit.
Hey, it's a squirrel over here. And she looked over there and she like, I ain't there yet. I don't see no squirrel. So I looked over again. I'm like, yo, I'm not tripping. And so the squirrel started smiling at me, started talking to me and stuff, and then she started having her trip, so she wasn't really paying attention to me. Like we were on the couch just like this. We're in two different worlds now. And this squirrel started talking to me about some real shit, bro. Like, he started talking to me about some real shit. And I was just like, yo. And I'm talking back to this mug, and I'm just like, I wish it was a camera set up. It was literally me on the couch talking to a squirrel, and she over here, like, she was like, I'm seeing shapes. And, like, she reaching, and, like, she seeing stuff. And, like, it was crazy, bro. And then, like, and when it was over, the trip was over, I was just like still feeling it the next day. I was like,
yeah, that's the thing about psychedelics is I really do feel like they bring you out the matrix, and something about that is opening your third eye for real.
Bro, it put me in like a different. Felt like I was floating the next day. A couple days later, it's just like I wasn't here, and it was just it feels good. But I do it after fights now, so it's like because when
a microdose.
Yeah, like because when preparing for fights, it's so stressful mentally and stuff. So it's like when it's over, I'll take shrooms to like get out of my mind.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing for you. I mean, like doing a 3.5 doses every day is not good for you, but microdosing has proven to be good for your brain, for your body, all of that shit. That story reminds me of Malibu's Most Wanted when he was talking to Rodney Rizat.
Oh,
that reminds me of. He's like, "What's up, Ronnie? Hey, Ronnie."
When he was talking to the rats, bro. Snoop Dogg came out.
That shit funny.
That's hilarious. I feel like Rick and Morty had a play to it though, because watching Rick and Morty on shrooms already is like
shit is crazy.
So I feel like watching Rick and Morty had a play, but every time I do shrooms, though, I see this squirrel, so I feel like
I show a little spirit.
It's like my little homie now. Sometimes it don't talk. It depends on how high I am on shrooms. Sometimes it'll talk to me. Sometimes it's just chilling right next to me. I had a moment, bro. I saw it sitting right here on the couch, and I'm just watching the Lakers game.
Jesus Christ.
I just let it happen, bro. I'm just like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna.
That's insane,
bro. So it pops up every time, so it's just like I accepted it now. The first couple times it freaked me out. I went to Google. What does it mean when the squirrel pop up to you on shrooms? And,
you gotta be careful with the Googles, man.
Bro, so yeah,
you got cancer.
Google started tripping me out, so I was just like, I'm just gonna accept it, man. It's probably like a family member staying close to me or something, man. You never know. So
man, I got a dozen. My last time I took fucking shrooms was with my girl before she got pregnant, and we had 2 apes. And the homie I got them from, he like, bro, like these the ones that make you. I didn't know they had different strains, so he was like, oh, these gonna make you very happy. Like, just tell her eat them all. It's all good. Y'all gonna be straight. I'm like, fuck it. So we both eat the whole ape, bro. And I don't know. It would, first of all, I don't think we connected better since that day. I think that made our relationship better. But I think we was like mad at each other, but also like couldn't let each other go. Like, don't leave me here alone. She was like a melting tomato, bro. Like we was laughing and crying at the same time. It was insane. And I was living with my homie at the time, so like I had this small room with the TV on the wall. So I kept thinking the TV was about to fall. I'm like, fuck, we gotta catch the TV, babe. She's like, yeah, you gotta get the TV. The floor, I tried to stand up. The floor was slanted, and I didn't want to go outside my room. Like, I don't want to go out there. I'm terrified of whatever I see, bro. And we just laid there and cried and laughed, and it was just the most beautiful moment ever, bro.
And there's no better like connection when you can like do a psychedelic with your partner.
Yeah,
like the healthy ones, like shrooms. Like I did acid once, but that stuff lingers around in your body too much.
Yeah, that shit not good.
So I like shrooms and weed, bro. Those are my my two comfort things.
Yeah, acid gives me anxiety. I don't like that.
Bro, I took it one time, and I felt like months later I was still on that shit. I'm like, no. I want my trip to be over. I want to do a drug, have a trip.
Yeah.
Shrooms, it might linger a little bit, but I'm prepared for that. But I don't want this stuff lingering for like.
That's the scariest part about psychedelics, though, because once you do them, you're locked in.
You locked in.
Ain't nothing you doing to get out of that. When you drink, you know what I'm saying, you can probably go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Coffee,
drink some water, eat a bunch
of
fucking heavy, nasty foods, but nah, you locked in for life.
Take a strong edible, or you take a shroom, you locked in.
Ain't no way out of this.
Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
For real. What's it called? So, man, it sounds like you had a decent upbringing, but it also sounds like you know, complicated in many ways. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges you faced growing up in your childhood, or faced as a child in general?
Honestly,
like with alcoholism and moving around, I can
was just
imagine.
like controlling my emotions. I was a very like like if I was feeling something, I let it out. Whether it was rage, anger, whether I wanted to cry, like I just knew like my emotions matter. So I was getting my itch off regardless. I didn't care what you felt like. You feel me? So
he was a talk back type of kid. I can see why you got your ass beat.
Yeah, I got topped a lot, bro. Because I felt like if I felt like something I was right, I was gonna say it.
Yeah.
So I was that type of person. So growing up, that got me into some heat with my parents and stuff. But it taught me as I got older, seeing my parents like drink and argue and stuff like that, because we saw that a lot, and I feel like that's kind of helped me and my siblings stay close, because you see just a lot of just argument. And
if there's a fire over there, of course we're gonna come together.
We're gonna come together over here and just go watch TV or whatever. So that helped us, and then I just learned how to understand what people go through. And growing up, I didn't understand that at first, and I was just like, man, they get on my nerves, bro. You ain't gotta drink that much. And sometimes, bro, being real, we'll have beer in there, wouldn't have food, so it'd be like one of them things.
Yeah,
but it's one of them. So it was just like, all right. Growing up, I had an anger in me, not at people out in the world, but just because it's like I just like it got to be something better than this.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the anger and rage came from. But the older I got, I started meeting teachers who was like, hey, you good at this? Like, focus on this. Do this. Like, you actually not. You can focus on this, and it'll be okay. Like, you can make your life better. And then, like, my parents started getting a little better. My mom started teaching and stuff at the school. My mom started working. So as I got older, things in the household got better and better and better. It never got worse and worse and worse. It would be like, it would start off bad, it would get a little better. Oh, it'll slip, and then it'll get better and better again. So it was a very emotional household.
Yeah, which is a blessing.
Yeah, it was so I learned how to very early, own my emotions, but understand people's emotions. Because my mom, dealing with all that, had her own issues, having anxiety. So it was like, I would sometimes find my mom just sleep in the bathroom or just like laying down. So it's like, as a kid seeing that, you just help your mom out.
Yeah, exactly.
But I didn't know what that was doing for me then, but now it's like I have a compassion for women or anybody going through like a situation, because it's like, I'm not gonna be hard on you when you already down. Like, I'm not gonna
facts.
You can't do this, so I'm not gonna tell you be better. Like, because that's not gonna help. I've seen and my mom is strong, and I've seen her low. So that showed me that a strong woman can be low at times. Like, they need somebody. So that just taught me like how to respect women in all aspects. Like, I got a real found respect for like women in general and women in power and all that. Like, I respect that, because I seen a strong woman be deflated.
Exactly.
So
and
I
watch her go through the twists and turns.
So I know that they're not powerful all the time.
Yeah, it's like that check on your strong friend conversation. Nobody's an exception to the rule. Exactly. We all can feel.
We all can feel.
Nobody's bulletproof.
And it's mostly like that person that's always up, that's always like think they got their shit together. That's the one to check on the most, because it's like they just better at hiding their shit.
No, 100%, man.
That's how my OG is.
Yeah, I got the same respect, man. It's like, I didn't realize that either until I grew up, because my parents was very good at like keeping a cap on it. Don't get me wrong, we heard them argue and shit, and there were some things you just peep. I think I was just a naive ass child though, not paying attention. But as I get older, and I was struggling just to keep a roof over my own head, and like my rent ain't even that high, like life ain't even that crazy yet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm struggling with that. So the fact that she could do that by herself with 4 kids, and it's like, damn, lady, like, you gotta be crying alone.
You gotta be crying alone.
Like,
you
something
feel
gotta
me?
be going wrong.
Like you gotta be doing something to let this out.
Yeah.
Like, something has to be like, and sometimes I just saw it. Like, oh, she couldn't hide it the whole time, so I just see it. So.
Facts. And, like, I give them grace for not turning to the drugs or the alcohol, because that's, like, the easiest thing to go do. It's the easiest thing to go off with some dude that's making you feel good at the time and, like, not see your kids for a week. When that shit happens, it's sad, and you want to be mad at the person doing it, but then if you look at what they're going through, it's like, I can see why you did that shit.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Growing up, I was so angry at my parents, bro. Like, I was angry at my mom, my dad. I'm like, why you with this dude? I'm angry at my dad. Why you like this? All type. But when I got older, it's just like, people, like, I'm like, they only did what they knew and what they saw growing up. You feel me? Like, they can't teach their kids something they wasn't taught from their parents. So they're just trying to do the best they can with what they have.
Facts.
So I see my dad trying to be a good dad, but he just got a vice on. He gets something else has him.
Yeah, something got a hold on him.
Something got a hold on him.
Yeah.
And I see my mom showing patience and stuff like that. She breaks sometimes, but she's showing patience, and she going through her own shit. So not only she trying to be here for him, but she going through her own shit, having 3 kids. And trying to do what she want to do in life.
Right, and also trying to take care of the household, take care of the kids, take care of your man. Like, everybody's trying to take care of somebody while taking care of themselves and keeping food on the table.
Nobody's like, and we young, so we can't be like, hey, mom, how you doing? You feel me? So it's just like her, and it's just like, he ain't saying, hey, babe, how you doing? They're not having no conversation, so it's just like, she by herself, so.
Yeah, that's stressful to see.
So that's stressful, and so, like, now that I'm older, I've learned, like, I give my parents a lot of grace, and
yeah, you got to.
Whatever she want, man. Now that I'm older, like,
can't never say no to that.
No, I'm older, you get whatever.
No, you got to, man. It's
They did their best with what they had. I think all parents did that, because some parents learned, hey, you supposed to do this, but our parents, other parents, learned stuff a little different. Yeah. So it's like.
So you gotta just give them the grace on it. Like, what was you supposed to do? Like, sometimes I used to look around at kids and be jealous of what they had and how they were. And then, like, as you grow older, you like, gee, motherfuckers just ain't got it. And that's why, like, gratitude was so, like, taught so heavy in my household. Because it's like, bro, all this could be going tomorrow. Be grateful for the air in your lungs, dog.
And be grateful for the happy moments you have at home. Like, and just realize, like, it's not always, like bad, like, it's happy moments, like, it's good moments. You have family moments, so you hold on to those when it gets bad, and when it happens like that, it's like, so 100%.
It's a good revelation to have as you get older and start to let go of some of that hurt and that anger and start to see the redeeming qualities in your parents over the bullshit that they put you through. You start to realize, like, they weren't putting me through nothing, but look at what they did to put me through anything. Bro. And that shit just makes you closer.
Everything they did put me in the position I am today, helped me get through all situations and everything. So I can only be grateful. And from where they came from, they won. Like,
yeah, facts.
Their kids not in jail. Their kids alive. Their kids are working. They got a place. They healthy.
Honestly, that's all you can ask for in Chicago these days.
Where they came from, they won in life. They're just they chilling. They get to.
I love that.
Be grandparents and parents.
And they did a damn good job, man. I don't know if they're gonna see this, but congrats to y'all, bro. So I want to get into your career, but first I want to ask you, like, how does your mental space correlate to your time in the gym? You mentioned, this anger, this frustration. You was a wild kid, and you had a lot going on at home. Is that what your brain is trying to release in the gym? Is that how you start working out a lot more and such like that? Does that do that for you the way it does that? You hold it?
Yeah, that's my power. Like, people ask me, how do I give so much energy? Like, when I'm, like, you see me work out, like, I'm nonstop. I'm going. Like, okay. I use that as my fuel, because I know what pain is. I know what hurt is. I know what being alone feel like. Like, I know what all that stuff is, and that's what being inside of a ring is. You alone. You gonna feel pain. You gonna feel ups and downs emotionally, and I've been through that my entire life. So when I'm training, I hold on to all that, because I'm gonna need that when I'm fighting. I'm gonna need that feeling of knowing how my back's against the wall. I gotta fight, or man, it's not going the way I want it. My emotions are here, but I gotta bring them here because I gotta get back focused, and I know how to do that because I've had to do that in my youth. So it's like I hold on to all that, like that anger, that rage, that fire. That's every rep, that's every punch, every kick, and that I feel like that gives me like extra oomph when I'm working out.
I love that. I never even thought about it that way. Yeah, I always go to the gym to let some of that shit go, like, cause it's just clouding my mind and clouding my judgment. So I'm trying to release it in a way so I can come out just a little bit more clear, a little bit more sharp, and cope better with my emotions. But I can see how you could use that as fuel in the ring, because you're basically just taking life to the ring.
Take it to the ring. Because who you are in a fight is going to come out. If this dude's beating me up, if I'm a quitter, I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
If this dude's beating me up, if I fight back, I'm starting to come back. That's who he is. He fights back. He's been fighting back his whole life. So it's like who you are as a person is going to come out when you getting your butt whooped and can't nobody save you but this referee who telling you to fight back. You know what I mean? So it's like you find out who you are quick. And so when I'm working out or when I'm in there, I hold on to all that because I had a teammate. He moved to Vegas. Shout out to my boy Carlos. He said one of the best fighters can take all of their anger and aggression and turn that into power and turn that into energy. Like, use your anger as power. Use the fact that you pissed off how you came up and how you was raised as energy. Because that person didn't go through that. That person probably had their own struggle, but they ain't had your struggle.
Yeah.
And in your mind, as individuals, as people, it's easily we can make our issues bigger than anybody else's.
Exactly.
So just make how you grew up bigger than how he grew up.
Facts.
Just make your problems bigger than his problems. Make your why bigger than his why. Make it the most important thing in the world. Because then when you do that, you're gonna give everything.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because you know what nothing feel. You know what having nothing feel like. I know what not having food in the crib feel like. I know what zero money in the account feel like. So it's like the only place I can go from here is up. So I'm just gonna hold on to all that pain, all that hurt, and I'm finna put it on you. I finally got an outlet to put it onto something.
Yeah, I love that, man. That actually makes me like understand all the Rocky movies now.
Yeah, bro.
Like 100%.
Like pain is fuel, bro. If you pain, but it can also be put you in depression. I
also feel like it can it hinder you in the ring as well? I feel like if you not, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like when you, because even with sparring with you, if my brain wasn't like, you know, watching my footwork, watching your footwork, watching your technique, you know, trying to look for the openings, also, you know, keeping my hands up and making sure my elbows in, like focusing on all this technique and trying to look for the opening. If I'm too mad at the time, you know what I'm saying, I might lose and just start swinging. I might start wailing.
That's when the control and the emotions come in. Because let's say I lost that first round and I'm pissed off because I didn't fight well. Okay, and then the second round is not going well either. I got two options. I can stay pissed off and mad and like fight angry, or I can be angry and take that anger into I'm gonna get this motherfucker back. So it becomes a competition with myself. It's like now I'm not gonna be angry. I'm finna get you back. So yeah, you beat me up, but all I need is 1 minute to catch you, and once I catch you, I can give myself some momentum. So I start using that rage as like a push. And it's like I'm not angry anymore. It's just like it's my energy. It's like an aura. So it's like I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm fighting angry because that's how I fight. I fight angry. I don't usually fight with game plans. I fight in there like I fight with like I'm a caged animal because that's just my thing. But it's controlled chaos.
Okay.
It's controlled chaos. I'm still here. I'm not like blind. I'm not fighting blind and like seeing red. I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm still seeing stuff. I'm watching how you move. I'm watching how your feet move. But I have no fear to what you're going to do to me. So it gives me a sense of patience. It gives me a sense of I can be me, I can do my thing, and I can be productive.
What does that process look like? Like, do you go to the corner? Do you take a deep breath? Do you meditate through that? And after you explain that process, I want you to tell me how you put that into real life when you get upset and you have to control that chaos. Like, what does that process look like?
So in a fight, all of that. So you got the corner. So if you notice in a fight, everybody's talking. You might have that one person talking and somebody else may
a lot of noise going on.
You're taking bits and pieces and you hold on to what you feel like was the important piece. So if they tell you, hey, you need to focus on that jab and move your feet, that's in there. Focus on my jab, move my feet. And then I'll like ad lib a little bit and I'll start adding some stuff to that jab. But my base is gonna be that jab and that footwork.
Okay.
And so it's like I hone it down. But that rage is there because he just beat my ass for a round. So that rage is there, but I gotta control it because I can't be wild. So it's a controlled aggression. It's a controlled frenzy. And it's the same thing in real life. So if it's like I'm dealing with a situation where I don't like how something is going or how somebody is treating somebody and I'm like pointing this out and I want it to be changed, then it's like, all right, I got two ways to handle this. I can lash out on it. I can read this mother and tell them about themselves.
Right.
Or I can take a chill approach, just go talk to the person that's affected, hear what they want to do, and then I can go and handle it that way. Then I can go to that person like, hey, this person wants to do this. Your way not gonna work. You need to come around to what this person wants. You know what I mean?
How do you determine that though? Like,
based off the situation,
Based
off the situation in person. Because some people need some situations. Some dudes are temperamental, so you may have to meet them. They at 100, you might got to meet them at 70. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you learn that all from fighting.
And you learn that from fighting.
Okay.
Yeah. You learn how to moderate how much you're giving with your energy. Like if I hit a person, I know how hard I'm hitting them. Like, I know if I'm hitting you at 20% or 100%.
Yeah, and if I hurt him at 20%, you're like, okay, this 100 gonna fuck you up.
So it's like, I know, just from years of just training and understanding, like, people understanding mannerisms and looking people in the eyes and understanding like how they carry themselves. Okay. And that's what fighting really helps with, is reading people.
Yeah, and being super aware. So I understand why you never want to not be aware. That's your superpower.
Yeah, that's my superpower. Yeah. It's like, I want to be aware. Like, I peep stuff. I see stuff. I see mannerisms. Like, I peep things. Like, if I'm somewhere and I'm like, why this dude just standing over there just hang? He ain't moved in like 30 minutes. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Or I'm like over here. It's just like
the facts. That could also be a Chicago thing too. We always on the look.
Bro, I'm on the that could be a Chicago thing. I'm on the swivel always, bro. Even when I'm like, even if I'm in like a public event, like at a concert, on the swivel. Like, I'm never
looking for the exits.
Like, I'll never get caught lacking, bro. Like, never, bro. I'm always I watch everybody.
Man, that's interesting as fuck. That's also awesome as fuck.
And it's from fighting though, because when I'm in the ring, it's a high level chess. So I gotta watch what your legs are doing. I gotta watch your hips. I gotta break you down in a short amount of time. I gotta figure you out quick. So it's the same thing with humans in the real world, in the sense of like their emotions, understanding how they handle situations.
You know, I've worked really hard on becoming self-aware, and I think it made me like very present with myself, but sometimes I'm airy as fuck outside with other people, and I miss things. And I come home, my girl will tell me like, man, this bitch was trying to do this, and that guy said this, and you didn't peep that? How drunk are you? And I'm like, I'm actually not drunk at all, but I was just so focused on controlling me and what I can control, and being focused and present with myself, and I'm missing out on all that. That's something I definitely want to hone in and get better at that skill. I know you mentioned Bennigan's. And I remember growing up, I loved USC, man. Like, in high school, some of the homies had the gloves. We used to just go to the park and just beat on each other. We practiced our ground game with each other. We watched damn near every pay-per-view. Like, everybody was coming to school, talking about the basketball game last night, or some of us still into wrestling and shit. But we using that bitch like, oh, UFC you see George St. Pierre? Yeah, George St. Pierre used to be raw as fuck to me, man. It was back in the time of Chuck Liddell. What's his name? Rashad Evans. Bro, fucking monsters, bro. All them fucking monsters.
That was the golden age. UFC,
motherfuckers was really into that shit, man. Was it something like that for you? Like, you know, you see it on TV, and then you and all your homies just got fucking super obsessed?
We saw it. Me and my brother watched the first. After I watched it at Bennigan's with my mom, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. Me and my bro was watching The Ultimate Fighter. The very first season of The Ultimate Fighter. The main event fight of the last episode was Stephen Bonner, Forrest Griffin. I'm telling you, I still remember this stuff because it drove this, like, seeing them, like, they was just like going at it, bro. It was
Wait, was Forrest Griffin the one that beat that dude with the broken arm?
Yes.
Yes. He's a monster.
Yes.
He's a monster.
Because I'm big on like gladiators, bro, and like Valhalla and Vikings and stuff like that. And when I saw that, bro, I was like, that's it.
Yes,
I'm like, that's it. I'm like, this is as close as I'll get in my lifetime to fighting in a Coliseum, bro.
Yes.
And when I saw that, bro, I'm like, I need it. I need it. Like, it been like my whole entire life been like a need for that feeling. It's almost an addiction. That's why I don't need to get hooked on drugs, because that feeling of like that fear,
that adrenaline,
like that fear, and just that being comfortable with the unknown. Because in life we need to know what's ahead of us before we walk. You know what I mean? We need to know what's gonna happen.
We calculated people.
And fighting, you're training for 3 months, and you don't know if you're gonna win.
You don't know what's gonna happen because you don't know what the other guy doing.
You don't know what this other dude's doing. He might be climbing Mount Everest, bro. So
like, George St. Pierre was kicking poles and shit. Just going
bro,
nuts.
You don't know what's gonna happen. All you can do is control yourself and your mind, and that's the most important thing. Control what you can control, and that goes into everything, everyday life. Control what you can control. I can't control what this guy's doing training, but I can control that I'm running. I can control I'm lifting weights. I can control that I'm training 2 times a day. I can control I'm eating right. I can control that I'm getting enough sleep. You know what I mean? I can control those things. So it works.
So you watch it, you get into it with your homies, you obsessed with it. So I bet you playing the video games.
Bro, obsessed.
I bet you watching it every day. So now where does it go? You tell mom, look, I want to fight. So she puts you in karate? She puts you in all types of shit?
I started doing taekwondo. So mind you, I told you I always wanted to hang out with my older brother. He was hooked on this stuff too. So growing up, he was already like big in taekwondo. He was almost a black belt and all that.
Okay, good.
So I was already watching him do it, and I'm already creeping into that. I want to do it.
Okay.
And so when I saw that, I'm like, Mom, you got to get me in karate. I can't wait no more. You got to get me in taekwondo. So they had a Bally's Total Fitness on Lake Park in High Park on the south side, bro. And there was a Bally's and there was a taekwondo studio in there. And I started going, bro. It started from there, dog. Like, I remember.
Shouts to Valleys.
Shout out to Valleys for that, bro. They had a taekwondo.
Are they even still around anymore?
No, I don't think so, bro. Nope, I don't think so. But shouts out to them for that time.
They had like a kickboxing joint or
no, it was like a karate guy just hosted classes in there. Like, he just like an instructor would at like an export or something.
How old are you at this time? 13, 12?
Yeah, probably about 12, 13.
Okay,
and that's
cool.
when I'm really getting hooked on it. I'm like really starting to get older. I'm starting to get like a teenage body. I'm getting taller. And so at this point, I'm like, oh, I'm getting hooked. I need something else. So I started doing boxing at the Park District.
I love boxing, by the way.
Yeah.
That shit different.
It's different, bro. So when I went to the Park District for that, everything I'm doing now is just feeding that. I started wrestling in high school because we had a wrestling team. So I started doing that. So all of that was just feeding this like future like
yeah.
journey.
You see MMA and you hit every single one of them.
Yeah, I saw it, bro. I'm like, I see it. And because I never in my life had that feeling where people would be like, man, I saw it and I knew it. But that was my moment.
That was your moment.
That was my moment. That was I saw it and I knew it. And I just had to, it's like kept me alive, bro.
Yeah, I love that. See, I didn't have that with music. I didn't go to a show when I was younger and be like, man, I want to do that shit. It was just a thing I was good at. Like,
yeah.
Once I got that validation from people, I said it on other podcasts. Once everybody erupted, like, holy fuck, like, you're really good at this.
Was good,
It was that validation that was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm kind of smooth at this shit. I'm going to keep going. And I think I just kept going from the Then I fell in love with it. Then I was like, okay, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. There's nothing else I can do besides football in high school. But, once you put the helmet on, you can't see shit.
You can't see nothing. Like, you can't see. And that's the other thing too. I'm a performer, bro, and it's like I wasn't big on team sports because I'm hard nosed competitive, and if I'm giving 110%, and I got a teammate giving me 35%.
Yeah, get the fuck off my team.
We got problems, bro.
Man, I told my girl,
issues.
I'm glad that we didn't have a boy because I was gonna be so hard on him, dog. And even if my daughter want to play tennis, whatever she want to do, I'm still gonna be hard on her. But let my boy had wanted to grow up and play football or anything. Like, okay, we up at 3 a.m. We running in the rain. We going. Like, you want this? We gonna go get it.
You want to do this? Got to do it because it's like I can't be giving 100%. And dudes giving me nothing. So when I noticed that about myself, I couldn't do team sports. I went right to wrestling because wrestling is a team sport, but it's still individualized. I gotta win my matches. I don't gotta depend on nobody else to win my matches.
And then don't you still get like medals and shit?
Even if you get medals and
lose, you still get shit.
And you still get work and stuff. So it worked out. I realized early on I was an individual sports guy.
That makes sense.
I can train as a team, camaraderie, but when it comes to showdown, I need to trust on me and my instincts.
That makes sense.
I need to trust on
you don't want to depend on nobody. And and actually, that's like the hardest lesson I recently just learned is like you just cannot depend on people. And like I think we all got those couple in our life that we can depend on, but like you want to do it yourself first. And if you absolutely can't do it.
If you can't do it, then you'll get
Then I'm going to ask for the handout or whatever.
Yep. So and that's how I feel about it too.
As you doing this, is your mind like, I'm going to be in the ring, I'm going to be an MMA fighter, or are you just going to whatever sport is fighting and just trying to get it from there?
No, from that day, I was like, I want to go to like be a professional MMA fighter. Like,
and you knew these were the steps, or you were just grasping at straws?
I was just grasping at straws. I didn't know what the steps was. I was just like training. I'm like, I got to start somewhere, so I'm finna just start training. I don't know nothing, so I started doing taekwondo. And then when I hit, my brother was out of the Marine Corps, so I'm about 18, 19, just graduated high school, and he signs up for a gym downtown, and it was an MMA gym, kickboxing and stuff, jiu-jitsu. I joined up, and then we did like a month, and that place closed down. And so we left that place and found Chicago MMA on the north side. Shouts out to the crib. That's like my second home right there.
Let's go.
And we found them, and I found this coach, man, Micho Seco, Brian Gassaway. RIP to the GOAT, Brian. But I met them two, man, and they feel the flame. Because they already had a student who was obsessed with it, and I was just there learning and training. I never asked to fight or nothing. I just felt like when the time was right, they'd tell me. And one day I was training, Brian tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, they got these smokers coming up. You want to fight? And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, but because you don't know if you're ready. So I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, but if you asking me, hell yeah, let's do it. And that was my first fight, and him believing in me when I didn't even believe. I just knew I've been training. I knew I fought in the street, but I'm like, this dude trained. This ain't no street dude.
I wanted to ask you that. How many fights did you get into coming up, especially in the process of like wanting to be an MMA fighter? Because we all fight as kids, but like, and that's what I always respected about Muay Thai and learning the fighter's life and everything like that. I always respected that y'all are all cool, calm, collected dudes, that we can go out tonight and a bar fight could be like about to arise, and I almost could bet my money that all y'all would want to walk away. Like, you know what? It ain't even worth it. Like, y'all wasn't street brawlers. Y'all didn't get into it for that.
Nope.
So, one, did you get into a lot of fights? And two, if you did, like, did you have that mindset of like, okay, I'm training, I'm fighting anybody? And if you did, like, where did that change?
But it's funny, I had that mentality before I knew anything. And then once I started learning stuff and I started really like understanding martial arts, I understood like the whole point of martial arts is to not fight.
Yeah.
So once I got really obsessed with like what these techniques came from and why these people was learning these, and people was teaching Taekwondo to feed families. Like, and people was teaching people how to kickbox just to feed their families and to train and make money. And some dudes was making $100 a night. So it just made me realize like, I don't have to fight you. So I've honestly gotten into no street fights that I can recall since I've like started training heavy, since I was like 18, 19. I've gotten to like some like altercations like where a dude wanted to, and people around him was like, you don't want to do this.
You don't want to do this.
It was one of those.
He do this shit for real.
they knew, so it was just like one of those. And then like then in high school when I was really like, when people knew I was training, but I wasn't where I was yet, they was just, I almost got into a fight with this dude they call Hands, and people was like literally throwing money on the gym floor.
Yeah, because they want to challenge you when they realize you're doing that shit. They didn't
know that both of us had hands. They just knew like this is gonna be a good fight. Like everybody throwing 10s and 20s on the floor, and me and him look, and we say, before we fought, but we said, who the money going to? And they say money go to the winner or whoever. So we just fought for like 5 minutes and split the money. But yeah, after
that's what's up.
But after I learned how to fight, man, I got into less confrontations because it's just not worth it.
It's funny how that shit worked. Yeah, I was a lot more angrier before I started doing it. And then I was like, I don't even need to be getting on that for real, for real.
Elbow you in the fucking face, and you can, because the worst I would do to a dude if he really asking for it, I would like take him down and like just put my knee on top of him. I wouldn't even hit him. I just make him feel like real small. Like, you know what I mean? I
fuck with his emotions, his mind.
I'll fuck with his mind, but I wouldn't like try to put him in the hospital because I don't get nothing from that.
I feel that. Was there any other sports you were into at this time? I mean, you mentioned baseball.
Yeah, I was hooked on baseball, man. I almost went to college for baseball because I was hooked. I was playing second base, and then I had hurt my shoulder, and then only thing I could really do was like fight workout stuff. Cause I couldn't really throw because I was a pitcher and I played second base.
Oh yeah,
I hurt my right arm.
You can't throw the ball.
Yeah, I can't throw the ball. So I started using like the kickboxing workouts to strengthen my shoulders with the hand weights and stuff. And before I knew it, my love for kickboxing started taking over the love for baseball. So
it was easy to let go then.
It wasn't even. I already had something else that was really like taking over my mind. Like I was, it's just like a loyalty to baseball because I loved it so much. Yeah. But I let it go. I still play with the guys in like semi-pro stuff, but
that's what's up.
Yeah, we do like little leagues and stuff like that, but I'm mostly just fighting.
That's what's up. So when you do this smoker and shit like that, what are you, 17, 18 at this time?
Probably, yeah. I'm about 18, maybe even 19. But yeah, it was my first fight. It's funny, it was against the gym I ended up teaching at CMT.
Yeah.
So my first fight was against them, and it was against a dude I had. My first experience was like seeing him hit pads, and I looked over and I'm like, yo, he just looked good. Like, you know how dudes hit pads, he just looked good. Like, everything he did looked good. And I'm just sitting here like, now the hood's starting to come out of me now because I'm like, man, fuck this dude. Like, he looked good, he pretty and stuff. He had like this long blonde ponytail, bro. Like, the hood's starting to come at me now. And my coach was like, how you feel? I said, I'm ready to fight. And, bro, when we got in there, it was my first time fighting, like, in a ring, crowd and stuff. I smoked him. Like, smoked him. Like, it looked like he didn't...
Like, he never did this shit before, like them Cowboys look.
Yeah. Like, he never... It looked like he never stood... It looked like, why was he in the ring with him? And he had experience, and that was my first one.
Damn.
And so, when that happened, gradually, it just became, like, more and more tournaments. I just started doing more and more and just started feasting.
I imagine what that did for you was like, oh, if he's been doing this for a while, and this is my first time, and I smoked you, then I must be him.
Bro, I must be him.
Yeah,
I must be. And then, you know, I started doing more smokers, and then my coach was like, we're going to get you a real fight. So this is like 3 smokers in now. Mm-hmm. I won my first 2. I lost 1, but it was exciting. Like, this dude they was trying to test me because I was beating the lower level dudes around my level. So they're like, we got to get somebody above his level. Yeah. He beat me, but the crowd thought I won. So I was like,
shit.
Okay, that's what it take. Okay. And then, like, after that, he like, we got to take you to like bigger stages now.
Yeah, that's what's
like,
up.
hey. So it's like from that, man, that dude Brian, he kind of handheld me, and like just gradually just took me through the process of the game.
So is that how it works for every fighter? Like you just go in the gym, you train as hard as you can. You know, you either sign up for the smoker or somebody signs you up for the smoker, and you get assigned a coach based on the person you connect with, and they take you in. You can't go to somebody and be like, "Coach me," like in the movies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you, it would depend. But in today's time and when I first started, they grab you, like they see it.
Okay.
Like they'll see you training.
So you basically got scouted early and shit.
You get scouted. And so I just went into that gym and he just saw my work ethic. He just saw how I was training. He saw how I loved it. And he just asked me if I wanted to fight. And I just jumped at it.
I love that. That's what's up, man. So I know you said you couldn't do baseball and that like kept you in fighting. If you couldn't fight, is there anything else you'd be doing?
Oh, I'd have went to the military probably, or a fireman.
Yeah, is out of passion or just because it's just provided to you?
Military part would be because like family, my dad, my brother. It'd be like I can keep like that, like a military family type of thing. Yeah. Or being a fireman, because I always respected firemen, and I ain't finna be no cop, because I ain't finna be no cop.
I feel you. Walk us through some of the struggles you had in that coming up period. Like, what was it like taking a loss at that time? And like, were you coming out the gate winning your first 6? And like,
man, I came out the gate hot. I came out like my very first fight was against this guy named Rolly, a military. Like this is like now I'm sanctioned, so now smoker fights are not like tallied. Like they don't count towards your record. Okay. So now I'm getting like stuff is counting now.
Yeah, there's a website for that, right? Like,
yeah. So now stuff is counting. So I'm fighting this dude. He hometown dude, bad dude on the block, finna out the army, 3-1. He started, and the fight started. I'm like, I'm finna smoke this dude. But he started chopping my legs, and it started hurting. And I'm like, oh, this is a fight, because there was no shin guards, no nothing. We fighting.
Fuck.
And so my legs was just like toe up, and then I'm just like, my coach just telling me, keep going forward, keep fighting, because he had more experience. But my coach put me in that situation for a reason. So he was just like, keep going, keep fighting. And then like somewhere in, I found my confidence. Like I just trusted the training that we were doing, because I just like grabbed him and I hit him with 2 knees. And I knew it landed to his body, but he was pretending like it was a nut shot. But when he did that, I knew I had him.
Because he was actually hurt.
He was actually hurt. So when I hit him with a knee to the body and he was pretending it was a nut shot, he the hometown dude, ref gave it to him. So he had time to recover. But I knew in that moment he weak mentally. And I knew I could break him. So I just kept pushing forward and I ended up winning. And I just kept winning. I think I started off like 14-0. Like I didn't 14-0. And then I lost my first, like, and this still amateurs, and then I'm at a TBA tournament. My first loss came to a dude with crazy experience. Because what happens is at these tournaments is I had 15 fights. That's the base for like Class A. That's the highest level. So 15 fights is the base. So I got 15. I can't fight down. They'll talk shit about me like, you got 15 fights. Like,
you fight niggas for 3 fights.
So so I'm in a bogus situation right now because I don't have the experience these other guys got. Right. But I'm better than these guys.
Yeah, true.
So now I gotta fight these guys if I want to keep
and
progressing.
they got like 23
Bro,
fights.
These dudes 30 fights, Team USA, like it's just another level. Yeah. So it was just like, that dude, I got in the ring with that dude, bro, and he smoked me. I didn't know what he was doing. He was doing feints, and he was moving. He was punching, not punching. Like,
what the fuck is he doing?
I'm like, what is he doing? And I'm just like, and when the fight was over, like, I was still holding my own, but I just knew I was outmatched. Yeah. I just knew I didn't have it. So he ended up finishing me in, like, the 2nd round, and he just was beating my ass. I just didn't know what to do, so I'm just in the corner like this, because I'm just like, I don't know how to stop. It looks like he's punching me, but he's not punching me, and then when I react, he's punching me. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know what's happening to understand how to counter it. But when the fight was over, he was like, hey, keep going. Don't stop. Like you got it. Like, this supposed to happen. Yeah. Like, at the time, I thought he was talking shit. Like, he had the most fights. Like, he just talking shit like, I'm a little homie or something.
Yeah, type shit.
You know, so, like, and then, like, when I got back, he was just saying, like, it's experience. It's supposed to happen. You're not supposed to, like, come in 15 fights and beat a dude who's been doing this. Like,
everybody can't be Khabib, dog.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, bro, I wasn't finna let you beat me because I've been doing this too long, and I wasn't finna let you, like, just keep building your resume on me. And I was like, respect. So anytime I had lost was to like top level dudes. It was like dudes who just had way more experience, but it helped me mature faster.
Of course. It sounds like you got thrown in there a little earlier than you should have been.
Yeah, I got thrown in the fire quick against high level dudes, and I was taking L's. It was killing my confidence, but I had a good coach who was telling me like, "This is supposed to happen."
Yeah.
Like he's like hammering the nail, hammering the nail, hammering the nail. He said use the hammer a long time. And now, I know what the nail feel like.
Now I can see very much where you get your training style from when you training us, because like what your coach taught you and then your life in general is just like keep going, like brick walls. We're gonna just run through them. Even if you fall, we're gonna get up and run through it again. Like fuck it.
Like cause even when I felt the feeling of being knocked down, like a dude hit me with an elbow and I went down and I was like, ref counting? I was like,
what time is it?
I was like, the ref counting, and I'm just looking up, and this is when I started really like believing in like spiritual shit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm knocked out. Like I'm like kind of like not there. I'm dazed. I hit a ref counting, time going so slow, and I could just hear my grandma saying, "Get up, baby." It was the craziest moment of my life, bro. She was like, "Get up, baby," and I didn't believe in like spiritual stuff at that time. But get up, baby was like something my grandma always said. Because like getting up for school or whatever, she's like, get up, baby. And I swear to you, I'm down and I'm in like my subconscious. That's all I heard. And it was her tone. Like it sounded just like her. So I just got up. Like I just stood up. Like I didn't know. And I just like was in front of the dude again fighting.
Some fucking Undertaker shit. You
Bro,
just hopped up like, all right, let's go.
That's why I can understand like when Tyson Fury got knocked out by Deontay Wilder, but he like woke up.
Yeah.
Like your body just, something happens. You just, if you got it, if you're a fighter, like if it's really in you to get up, your body gonna wake you up. Something's gonna click into wake. Whether it's like somebody in your family, angel coming down, giving you a little kick up, you gonna get up.
Facts.
Like fighters gonna get up. It's just what they do.
Fact. What that first loss teach you?
I'm not invincible. Because winning 14 straight, I started feeling like I could beat anybody. And then when I lost to that higher level dude, it told me that I was way far behind than I thought I was.
Yeah, so much more to learn.
Yeah, I had so much more to learn. And then then it also made me want to keep challenging myself and fight a tougher dude. I stopped. I didn't care about losing no more because now I lost, and now I know this is in the amateurs. So it's like I lost now. So now I'm finna fight the baddest motherfuckers. So now I'm finna fight y'all now because I know what it feels like now. So now I'm gonna be prepared for whatever you high level dudes got. I'll be prepared for it. And then I start fighting them.
Facts, man. You right. We are cut from the same cloth. Cause like when I was in fucking CMT, I didn't spar any other student. I only went against y'all.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, come on, you ready? Let's go.
Why would I keep fighting at the level of people below me or at the same level as me? Yeah. I know what the level is I need to get to.
No, fact. And I'm gonna learn easier this way. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fighting, if we on the same level, I might just have it figured out. Because I realized that too. Like some of the fundamental classes I was going to, I realized my kicks was better. I was quicker. I was getting it quicker.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, like, we can learn from each other, but like, nah, I'm gonna go fight him over there. I'm trying to get my ass whooped.
I'm trying to get whooped. That's where I'm gonna learn.
Fuck that. And also, I need to get hit in the face. You know what I'm saying? I needed to feel that because it's been a while since I got hit in the face. And, got all these prickles on my face and shit. I'm like, bro, let me get hit in the face real fast.
So yeah, bro, that like it just like once I fight all them tough dudes, man, it changed my mentality training wise. Like I fear nobody. Cause I already didn't fear nobody, but now that I'm in a ring and I've like fought tough dudes, I'm like I don't fear nothing.
Yeah, ain't nothing to be scared of.
It's like I've been hit, I've been knocked down, I've been rocked, I've been finished. Like a dude TKO'd me, he beat me up, I was in the corner, like like it's like getting dunked on in the NBA. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you get swept in the playoffs, it's gonna happen. But what do you do after that? And then every time I've lost, I've never lost back-to-back times. My entire life fighting. Every time I lose, I go on another streak, and I might lose again. And I go on another streak. So the losses are never consistent.
The losses always make you better.
Yeah. I always improve from them. So it's like I learned to not be so scared of them.
So walk us through a day of a fighter, man. I know you got a fight coming up. So what does your days look like right now? Like, are you up at 6 a.m., go up for a run? You're not eating till 9?
It's the typical cliche Creed.
I love that. That's my favorite movie.
I love Creed. Bro.
That's my shit.
I love Creed. But it's a typical like up, training, eat, training. If you work, some fighters work, some fighters train all day for work. So me, I train at another gym. So I wake up, eat, go work out, come home. I'll chill for a second, play some 2K, go teach. But I'm working out there because I got break period, so I'll work out there. So I'm there from like 3 to 8. Okay. So I'm just like teaching classes, teaching clients, work out in between those. Yeah. And then after that, head to Chicago in May, get another couple like 2-hour workout in. I get home about 10.
So what you working out like 3-4 times a day?
Two real sessions a day. Okay. And it's like intermediate stuff. Like I'll get a set in of a bench press real quick.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like intermediate stuff, but 2 full like 2-hour sessions a day. Yeah, so doing 2 a day is 2 hours each.
What does that do? I imagine you like are not tired because it's almost like, for example, so me and my girl, she just took me to go see the Cowboys play the fucking Eagles before they lost terribly in Dallas, right? And I was, it's like a kid on Christmas. You're so excited, you just up. I was just up the whole time. I was going to sleep for 4 hours and waking up. So like when you training for a fight, I imagine there's no like not a tired bone in your body, right? Because that adrenaline is pumping, it
comes in waves. Like one day you'll wake up and you like don't even feel like you got a fight coming up. Just like you just training, going through your schedule. Like you just focus. And then you'll have something that hits you. You'll see something on TV and it hits you. You got a fight coming up, and then like you'll get that butterfly feeling and it'll fade. And then like you back to a regular day. So it'll just like hit you in waves a little bit. Like it never really hits you consistently. But because what I try to do is I try to keep my mind off it as much as possible. I focus on my training, working, like hanging with my girl. I try to keep my mind off it as much as possible because when I'm training, and when it becomes like, as the fight gets closer, I'm gonna become more and more absorbed in it. So when it's like far away, I kind of use that time to give myself grace, type of thing. And then as it gets closer, that's when I kind of hone in and like.
I feel that.
Blank everything out.
And on fight day, is your routine always the same? I know some people on fight day are the farthest away from the fight possible. Like they playing with their kids, they going for a swim. Some of them will travel somewhere and like.
As soon as I open my eyes.
So you just think about the fight. You still training that day too, all types of shit. Nah, I know some people just rest and pretend like it's not even happening.
I'll do a walkthrough. So I'll just like hit pads a little bit as a walkthrough, just refresh my mind how I want to perform. Yeah. And then, but it's nothing hard. It's just like me moving, getting a sweat in, just keeping my body moving, not getting stagnant. But yeah, I'll wake up, and fight day has a distinct feel to it because for some reason it's always a gloomy day. It's always like a raining day.
Facts, right?
It's like always like it's never like bright and sunny on fight day.
You see kids running this shit. It's like no, bro.
No, it's always a gloomy day. So I wake up thinking just today is war. Like I that's my mentality. So when I take that shower, like I literally go to a place where it's like I'm just gonna give my all or I ain't coming back. Cause that's the mentality I'm in. Like once fight day hit, once I open my eyes, I am the pariah at that point. Like,
I like that.
Like I like either achieve the mission or I die trying to achieve the mission. It becomes one of those because it's like I need to give myself as much mental energy as I can to push myself to keep going. So if I tell myself, "Hey, I kissed my family goodbye already, homie," you still thinking you going home?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So if I'm thinking like
you gonna make it out of this?
I'm like, yeah. So it's like you think you gonna make it out when I kiss my lady to goodbye, and you just think you finna just go home and hug your kid, tuck them in at night?
Nah.
This a fight, bro. We finna go to war, dog. And like I want the dudes I'm fighting to feel that. So when they wake up,
that's intimidating as fuck. Yeah.
Cause when you wake up and and he was in my face, he said something like, "Man, I better kiss my kids." Something like that. I better like
Mike Tyson shit.
Yeah, like
just saying wild
shit. Cause I told a dude once, I say, I hope hug your wife and stuff tonight, cause you might not get a chance tomorrow. I told him that straight up, and he looked at me, and I looked in his eyes. He tried to play it off, but I knew I had him already, cause he think I'm crazy. He think I'm like like
this man trying to kill me.
He think he got an upper hand. Like he thought he had an upper hand on me, cause he thought I was gonna come in all crazy. But I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just coming in with a different energy.
Yeah.
Like I'm coming in with a different vibe. I'm coming in here to kill you.
Like, Jesus.
So that's fight day vibe, and then every day before then is building up to that mentality.
Okay, getting yourself into your Viking mentality. Getting
myself into the for war. Yeah, which is very mentally draining because sometimes you be like, you feel tired, you low.
Yeah.
But you like get your bitch ass up, training for war. Like this dude training right now, he running 10 miles. He might not be running 10 miles, but I'm telling myself he's running 10 miles.
Yeah, he might not.
So, yeah, you just gotta get yourself up. It's a mental battle more than it is a physical one. But
yeah, does that take away from any piece of you in that time? Like, are you different in your relationship? Are you different with your mother? 100%. Are you like closed off? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like you're meaner at that time or more short fused?
It's a tough time for like the close people around me, like my girl, my moms, like my guy friends get it. They'll play 2K with me. They laugh and talk, but they ain't finna like they know how far to push it. Yeah. But my girl still want to hang out. She still want to do stuff. So it's more like you just gotta mentally like discipline. Just suck it up. You got a girlfriend, motherfucker. Yeah. You go to the movies.
You sit at the movies just thinking about how you gonna beat.
Like I'm just at the movies and I'm just like. got to get up to pee all the time because I'm drinking so much water. Yeah. So I already got to keep getting up, leaving the theater to go take a piss. So it's just like, man, but it's just that discipline, bro. You start realizing, like, all right, I'm at this point where I can't be bothered. And my girl gets it. She's like, all right, he's in that point now where as it gets closer, I get more and more, like, my trigger is quick. Yeah. So she just, like, gives me good space because it's just like, I'm ready to go off any second. Cause I'm already deprived eating. Can't drink no water, and I gotta fight this grown motherfucker. Like, I'm upset. Yeah, I'm upset. Like, just like I'm cranky, and most of it is like being a baby because you can't eat the food you want. Yeah, it's just like I want a slice of pizza. Like, so.
I'd imagine a relationship, especially if you date the damn girl. Which y'all been together for a while?
Yeah, like 5 years.
Okay, so she already used to it to the point where she can. In the beginning, though, was it tough on y'all? Did y'all almost think about breaking up?
She gets the lifestyle. She get the fighting because she met me in the gym. Okay. So when she met me, she knew I was serious about what I was doing. Yeah. But before her, oh yeah, definitely. Like dating was a problem because girls didn't understand. Like they were second. Yeah. Like you are second. Like I can love you, and still have you second. Like you second. Yeah. I can do this. I love you, but you're not coming above it because this got me out of like deep dark times. This got me out of the hood. Like this gave me a passion in life to like want to be something. Right. I gotta keep feeling this. I gotta keep giving this to myself, or I don't know who I'm gonna be.
Exactly.
So it's like I need you to be second, and like you don't gotta hang out at the gym all the time. But it was one of those like I would try and compromise. I'd be like, hey, I can't hang out Friday night. I got to train Saturday morning. Yeah. But if you want to go do what you want to do, come over to my crib Friday night. We can chill. Like, yeah. I can't go out.
You can get a Netflix movie.
I can't drink. I can't do nothing. Yeah. I can't go out. So it's like one of those, I don't want to ruin your fun, so you go out. Facts. And I'm a chill. Just slide them if you want. But I can't. So that was the sacrifices. Like, it was just like, I can't hang out. I can do it sometimes, but I can't do it every week.
Yeah, imagine you hold on to the girl like that. The one that understands that is the one you like, all right, that's the one I'm
so she met me in the gym when I was already like about to turn as a pro. I'm like getting ready to like really take my career to the next level, and that's when me and her met, and she had her own thing going. She's a writer and stuff, so and she fights. She do amateur fights, so she gets it. Yeah. So it was that understanding where she's like this is him. Like this is not just like him.
I can't have him and take this piece
out. Right, you
know
what I mean? Yeah. Like I can't have him and take this, or I can't have him and be like, hey, don't do this too much, because that's me. Yeah, so if it's like if I'm not doing this too much, I'm not gonna be who you want me to be.
Man, yeah, I just read up on something too. Well, two things actually to even comment on that is one, like the dharma, the purpose should always come before everybody else. From your girl, your family, and everything, because the purpose is what makes you you, and it's what fuels all these different characteristics that make people love you. And another thing is, it's like a lot of times in relationships, we love people because, I don't know, they funny or they strong or they this or they that. And then you be with them so long, it's like you play too much. But don't forget the fact that you love me because I was funny. Like that's all a piece of it. And I think we try to take pieces and get half and half, but you can't do that. You got to take people how they come.
You got to take people how they come. And most dudes, I felt like, bro, when I was dating, I felt like I was being so transparent. Because most dudes wouldn't be like, hey, I can't do this. He'll give you unrealistic expectations. Yeah, I'm giving you real expectations. Like, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't.
Right. We probably going to fuck once a month. I'll probably go on a date once a month.
Like, I can't do it. I can't be outside, bro. But it's like, if you want to come by and see what I'm doing. Like, if you want to see what takes me away from you so much, see, like, what I'm giving my energy to. Yeah. And then none of them really cared to do it until I met the girl I'm with now. And there's a reason why I've been with her so long.
No, facts.
Because she get it. She's like, he has his thing. Like, he has, like, and that was her thing, too. She always said she wanted a man who she wasn't his only thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I feel like everybody wants that. I don't want to be your only thing, but I want to be one of your things. I need you to have, like,
hobbies and shit like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to be top 3 priorities.
Let me be top 3.
I want you to think about me, but you got to have your own thing, because then you just sitting in my face all day.
Bro.
What the fuck I'm supposed to do with that?
Like, I can't do nothing with that. So at least if I'm in your top 3, like, I'm cool.
That's great. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I met you in Muay Thai, but you mentioned a bunch of different fighting styles. What are some of your favorite fighting styles? Like, from the boxing to the kickboxing and the Muay Thai and the Taekwondo, what's something you think you grasp on the best too, and like something you use damn near every fight, and like you had the most fun with it, and you know that's always gonna be a part of your shit?
Taekwondo for sure.
Taekwondo for sure.
It's
what
just
about it?
Because I'm an outgoing, like flashy, like in your face personality, and that's what Taekwondo.
Gotta be like Bruce Lee and shit.
It's just straight up. I'm finna spin kick you. I'm finna spinning back kick you. But the foundation of Taekwondo with the eyes, it helped me with defensively in all aspects. Because it's just like in Taekwondo, the kicks are so fast, you gotta see it.
Yeah.
So that's why I can fight with my hands down. I see stuff.
Yeah.
So it helped me a lot. So Taekwondo for sure is my favorite. It's the flashiest and it's the most exciting to watch. But,
facts. I did notice that every time we spar, you like keep your hands up, but I'm like, nigga, your hands down. What the fuck? I'm trying to mimic you.
No, don't do
it's
that.
like, nah, you're not ready for this one.
Don't do that.
I'm dead. What was one of the hardest fight styles? And I mean that in two ways. One of the hardest fight styles that you had to learn, and also one of the hardest fight styles that you have to go against. Like every time you know you fight a nigga that do this, you like, fuck, I gotta prep a little different. Wrestling?
Your
ground
both
game
ways.
ain't it?
Both ways. I like jiu-jitsu. I just don't like. So this is my thing. I love wrestling. I did it in high school. I love wrestling. The problem is, this is a fight, bro. Stop trying to hug me. So it's like if I'm fighting and I'm piecing you up, and every second you trying to hug me, it gets annoying. It's like now I just got to keep defending you, and it's like you're not trying to fight me. You're just trying to get on top of me and just like hope the ref don't stand us up. Right. So it gets annoying. And training wrestling, training jiu-jitsu and wrestling is different. And I took a lot of time off from training wrestling for striking. So all the skill I had in wrestling, I had to get that back. So I had to get the cardio back and stuff like that. So training wrestling is hard because it's all about conditioning and cardio. And I have it, but it's just like you got to constantly push, and I'm a striker. Yeah. So it's like I got to moderate that energy to make sure I got energy to strike. So it's like that is always like the puzzle for me.
That's some people's like fucking whole strategy. I'm gonna just tire you out for 3 rounds. Fourth round come up, I'm gonna get to beating your ass because I know you ain't got nothing left.
My whole thing is just keeping enough energy to fight wrestlers and to wrestle myself, but to still be able to fight where I'm strongest at.
Yeah, but so that helps you with your evasiveness.
Yeah,
you know, staying away from them and shit like that.
Like I can't let you touch me. I can't let you get close to me.
Yeah, and I think that's when you learn to use your legs, that's the easiest way I feel like to stay away from a wrestler.
Yeah, because now I'm just like I'm kicking you, but I'm taking my leg back so fast you can't catch me. Yeah. So I'm gonna kick and get my leg back so fast.
Yeah,
so
stay on the outside, and I got
jab, you. Left hand, I'm not trying to get close to you, so it helps a lot.
That's beautiful, man. So I have like the utmost respect for fighters, bro, because in what world do you decide you want to just get punched in the face for a living, right? Crazy, and it's crazy because I really love it so much. I wish I had more time to watch it and indulge in it, but everything's always on Saturday and I work. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get in the gym with you forever, but now my schedule is just so bad or the money comes up and shit like that. But what I always ask myself, you and damn near every fighter is like, what are y'all fighting for? You know what I'm saying? I understand the passion of it because, like, I got that too. Maybe not as much as you. Right. I understand, like, the, you know, just constant thinking about it. Even when you watching the fight, you like, oh, I would have did this. And, like, man, he got to watch that back foot. Like, you really in it. Like, you love that shit so much. But it's like to really pursue that, to really want to be in the fucking ring with somebody, you got to be built different, dog. Yeah. Especially to make that your everyday life. Say, I'm going to get paid for this. And like you said, you never know what's coming up. You never know what's on the other side. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can lose your life in this shit. You know what I'm saying? It is war. Like, there's many people have, not many people, but a couple of motherfuckers. For sure. Yeah, or they just not the same after. No. You know what I'm saying?
You can be changed after you step out, in and out.
100%, and it leads people to many different addictions as well. There's just so many things that come with being a fighter, and like you gotta have a strong mind and a strong heart, which I see you already have. But like, what is it like outside of that passion that you're fighting for? Like, is it your freedom? Like, is this just where you feel the most in control at? Is it the fact that you don't know what's happening? You mentioned earlier that like sometimes shit just get boring, so this keeps shit exciting. Like, what is it in your brain when you like, I want to wake up every day and continue to do this? Like, what is it keeping you going?
It keeps my life exciting, but also it's like, I feel like all fighters have anybody who's fought or love fighting have been an outcast at some point. Whether you love to train it or whether you love to like compete in and make it your career, you've had a moment in your life where you weren't seen, and it made you to the point where you wanted to fight. Because a lot of the fighters that I've come across and I even watched, they all come from like they were either bullied, or they either were the bullies, and then they realized that there was a bigger bully out there, and it made them like change.
Facts.
Or it was like people who come from trauma or something like that. So fighters come from pain. Like we come from traumatic experiences, but fighting is that one place for a lot of fighters where there's peace here and here. One place, because I'm never it's very rare where I like my mind can just stop and I'm at peace. I'm always churning. But when I'm in the cage, bro, I'm floating. Like it's crazy to explain, but I'm not. Nothing else in life matters, and it's probably the same thing with people who do music, play basketball. Like if a hooper get on that NBA court, that's all he see is the 5 dudes he guarding or trying to guard him. You know what I mean? Nothing in life matters. Who I am, the mistakes I made, none of that matters.
I don't care
right
who watching,
now,
who nothing. Yeah,
it matters. For this 15 minutes, I get to show everybody who I am.
Yeah, everything I went through.
Everything, like, I get to show for 15 minutes who I am, who my family is, and what my last name represents. Like, and yeah, you get stuff out of that, money, you get, like, popular, and people start thinking you're a badass and stuff like that, but that's not, most fighters get into it because they come from pain, and the fact that they're fighting for that feeling inside of knowing that they worthy of being something. Because 9 times out of 10, when you come from traumatic experiences, when you come from, like, hard households, you think you don't deserve that life you see other people having because you never seen it up close. Yeah. So all fighters got that feeling of, we're all trying to say, like, I deserve this. Like, I deserve that piece of the pie. I deserve that brass ring that everybody's chasing for. That people looked over us because we grew up in the hood. Our parents drank. We was just that kid who was lashing out in class or whatever. We get looked over. But for that 15 to 25 minutes, it's like that speck of people get seen. Like the people who get looked over, the people who wasn't the most popular in school, the people who maybe didn't have the most friends. But for that 15, 25 minutes, that person's a star. And your attention is on them. And a lot of them probably never had that their whole life.
Facts. This is where I matter.
Yeah. A lot of them is chasing that feeling of, maybe it's people validation. I don't do it for people validation. I do it because I always wanted to be a warrior. I always felt it in my heart, bro. Like watching Vikings and stuff, I always felt like I can push myself to something. I don't know. Maybe it could come from a military family. Maybe
it sounds to me, and like not to speak on you because you know it better than I do, but it sounds to me like it's that, you know, having the hard father and having the hard trials and tribulations that you already had to overcome. Yeah. And it seemed like as a kid, like even with your siblings, like y'all wasn't gonna let that affect y'all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I just gotta get through it. I gotta get through it.
And so it's like when that fight for that 15 minutes, life is a breeze, bro. People who watching this are panic for them.
Yeah, I'm sure your mama sitting there like, oh shit, don't hit my baby.
All the time, I text her on Fight More and I say, don't be scared, don't be nervous. There's no place I'd rather be.
I love that, man.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Because that's going to give her the peace to not. So if she's watching it, because I don't know what's going to happen, you could watch this going badly. Yeah. I want her to know if it's going badly or if it's going the best it can go, there's no place I'd rather be. No place. Because this is the one place where this is who I am. I'm a fighter. Whether I win fights, I lose fights, people get to see. Because in life, you don't get to show who you truly are all the time. Certain people get specks of who you are and pieces of who you are. And they get like a little piece here, a little piece there. A person you with will get the most because you with them the most. So they get the most of you. Facts. And then your friends will get the leftover, family, moms, and them, pops and all that. They get something. But in fighting, for that 15, 25 minutes, all of you is in there. Yeah, every inch of you, your mind, your heart, your spirit, every part of you, what you fight for in life, the people you love, everything is in there with you right there. And you get to just bottle all that up and compete. And that's what all those fighters do. Every fighter I've come across, bro, that's all we chasing. It's just like that feeling of accomplishment from pain. Like we all came from pain and trauma, and the ones who didn't come from pain and trauma usually get beat up by the ones who came from pain and trauma. Yes. You ain't been there.
Facts. Yeah, you ain't been there
in these waters before.
Man, that's a beautiful way that you said that, but I'm glad you broke it down that way, man, because I definitely would think that, like, there has to be some trauma and some pain fueling that.
Oh, it is.
But to be seen, to be like, I matter right now, and to say, like, I get to be myself unconditionally, like wholly, fully. Right now in this moment, win or lose, I get to let it all out, and that's my personal win before the big win even comes.
Exactly.
Is very fucking.
That's why they say the first
man.
fight is getting into the ring, because it's fear, man. You scared. You going in there, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying. So right there, you won. You're a fearless individual. Right there, for stepping in, you're fearless. Yeah. Okay. Now, from the moment Bruce Buffer or whoever starts announcing your name, that's when the real stuff happens. Because now, who you are is in there now.
Yeah.
The show is over.
Yeah.
Like the entrances are over. The trash talk is over.
Yeah.
Now is who you are right now for this 15 to 25 minutes,
especially if you're in that cage, they're not unlocking that
ain't
door.
you not getting out, bro.
Yeah. A ring, you
Like,
might be able to
you
walk
might be able to walk
out.
out.
And
But
that's
that
all
cage,
your
they not
pride and
getting
legacy
out.
going with you,
Right.
though. That cage, they not unlocking that
They're
motherfucker.
not unlocking it, bro. So at that point, it's like you take everything you've been through in life, the good and bad, the happy moment, bro. I promise you, when you in front of like another person who you know trying to hurt you, you get flashes of like your entire life, and it makes you want to cry. Like you get emotional because you're like,
I get anger tears.
Because you're feeling the energy from your family, and you're feeling what you and your family been through, and you've been through all that, and you about to perform, and it's just like, yo, hold it in, because it's just like it's crazy to think you come from all this, and now you performing in front of thousands of people, and it's just like,
holy fuck.
It's like, fuck, okay.
Yeah.
But it makes you want to cry because it's not like scared crying. It's just like, fuck. That emotion started hitting you. Like your family's there watching. Like they can see this.
It's a lot. You're just erupting in
yeah,
many different ways.
And it's just like, for this 15 minutes, I get to let that out, man. They get to see who Siron Harrison is, because people get specs. Some people have seen like angry Siron. They seen nice Siron. They seen real chill, mellow Siron. Like I said, man, some of us are villains in other people's story. Yeah. So if a person see you being successful, you gonna always be their villain. So for that 15 minutes, give them something to make you a villain about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Let me give you something to talk about. Fuck
give
it.
You a show. Go tell your friends that you watch the villain lose or win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, how you feel about me, I already know what made me the villain in your mind.
Yeah.
So I'm not that person. So I'm progressing. Like, watch me while you bitter. Watch me be a different person.
Facts.
Watch me be better.
And that's that chip on our shoulder that fuels us all as humans.
Yeah, bro.
But especially as artists or fighters in one way, shape, or form. And I definitely can relate to you when it comes down to like that 15 minutes being a breeze and you kind of not even there. You're just kind of flow. It's funny how much time I put into like work on these shows I performed and shit, and like we like practice every day, and you gotta like you fuck up in practice, like I hope I don't fuck that up on stage. It's like shit, I gotta do this, and you do feel the nerves, you do feel all that shit going nuts, and you looking at the crowd, and you like damn, that girl came, fuck, like that, fuck, and this girl come, shit, showing us damn, okay, cool, bet, but
once ain't good with that person,
then that bass drop or that first chord come on, and you just lost,
and that's
you're lost, and that's just who you are, man, with the tears, with the ups, with the downs, and everything,
that's that first bell. It's like you thinking everything, and then when you hear that ding, it's like whoosh.
Yeah.
It's like you leave your body.
Yeah.
It's like you literally just watching yourself from above, and it's just like
just controlling yourself.
With a controller, bro. And I feel like that's the most freeing thing in the world. And I wish everybody in life get to find something that gives them that feeling where
facts
for 15 minutes or 20 minutes you matter. Only like you matter in this space, in this realm of the world right now. You are the focal point.
Man, I pray for that.
And I feel
everyone.
I want everybody to be able to feel that, because it's not even it's not gonna give you no arrogance. It just gives you a feeling like, wow, I do matter. And these people don't even know me and they cheering for me.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? These people don't know me. They don't know my story, but they cheering for me just what I did for 15 minutes. Even if I lost, they said, man, you got heart.
Yeah.
Like, man, you
because they would never get that shit.
Man, like, you amazing. Like, you getting people who would never probably talk to you.
Yeah, no,
seeing
facts.
you.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the thrill.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being an athlete, though, because anybody who can't do it can't talk shit.
They can't talk shit.
You know what I'm saying? You only gonna hear it from other athletes.
Other athletes. Yep.
You're not gonna hear that shit from nobody else.
So it's beautiful, man, to be able to have something in your life for a time where you can blink out the pain and trauma for a second,
but also use it in the same time.
Yeah, because with fighting, it puts that trauma right in front of you, because it's like, oh snaps, I gotta.
Yeah, you my third grade teacher.
Yeah,
nigga,
it's like I'm fucking you up. So it's just like, it teaches you how to just be like, man, life been pretty sweet.
Man.
For me to even be here in the cage right now, life pretty sweet. And then the fight about to start, and then you just like, no place I'd rather be. That's why I tell my mom every time, don't be scared, don't be nervous, because it's no place I'd rather be.
Yeah, it's almost a form of trauma therapy too. Like you exposing yourself to that.
Yeah.
Then when you get out of it, everything seems a lot easier.
Yeah, as a fighter, bro, you strip yourself bare of everything. Like you are a vessel to the world. They see you at your highest, your lowest. Yeah. They see you when you cutting weight, shriveled. They see you when you big and strong. Like they and people tell when you break in a fight. So if you've broken a fight, they can see that. So it's just like people understand like they understand what you're doing. They just can't find themselves doing what you're doing. But they understand how you're doing it.
Exactly.
They
Facts,
understand.
man.
So it's like, that's the best part.
Man, so what do you think it takes to be a fighter, man? If you had to break it down, man, for people even coming up right now, bro, like, or even from yourself, I guess. Let's go from there. Like, what do you think it takes absolutely to be a fighter? Like, if you know, like, if you ain't got this, you can't be no fighter type shit.
You gotta have a unfathomed, like, will. Because confidence comes and goes. Because I never, when people say, like, you gotta have a lot of confidence wavers. Like, I can have confidence today and feel like I'm nothing tomorrow. So confidence fluctuates. But your willpower is what's consistent. Because no matter what a person goes through in their life, they always show willpower and resiliency. Mm-hmm. If you don't have that, you can't be a fighter. So whether you lost your mom, it's hard to bounce back from. That's resiliency.
Almost impossible, man.
Exactly.
But
sure. You bounce back and you was able to find life again. You was able to find like your purpose again.
Facts.
That's resiliency. Mm-hmm. That's like that. That's that will to keep living. That will to keep fighting. And a lot of people ain't got that. So if you have that, that's the foundation. A will and a belief that you can get through anything. Cause you gonna be scared. You gonna how many times where you feel like you lose and you finna get murdered. It's gonna happen. But if you truly deep down in your soul believe you can walk through fire and come out a better person, you can be a fighter.
Man, I love that.
Be a fighter.
I love that. I gotta clip that one, man. That's beautiful.
Because a lot of dudes think you gotta look pretty hitting the pads. Or I've beaten dudes up, bro, that look way better on the pads than I do. Faster, look cleaner. But they just wasn't here and they didn't have enough this. Mm-hmm. They knew how to look good on camera, but they didn't know how to fight. Yeah. So if you know how to like dig deep and find within yourself to keep pushing yourself, even when you feel like you finna lose, or even when you feel like you got a little uncertainty, you can fight. Facts. That's all fighting is. It's all uncertainty. You're walking into the unknown, and you're accepting endless possibilities.
Man, bro.
And you have to be willing to accept any possibility and outcome that comes with that. And if you can do that, you can be a fighter.
Honestly.
100%.
And that's why I always tell people, man, if you don't, like, even just go do Muay Thai kickboxing for a month, man. Pick up on some of that energy, bro, because it makes you so resilient.
It'll show you who you are.
And so many different places in your life. Yeah. I feel like it can build you, too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it will
definitely
break you and let you know that, okay, you probably just ain't got this. But I don't feel like any human can live on this earth without it. You need it in some type of shape, way, or form. You know what I'm saying?
You need to know you can be pushed through it.
Yeah. Facts, man. I know we already touched on losses and shit, but I wanna get more deep into it with just losses in life in general and in the ring. I know that comes regardless of how strong you are and all these cool characteristics we talking about. At the end of the day, we are human, and losses, whether it's people, whether it's love, whether it's in the ring, that comes with grief.
Oh, yeah,
and it can be very, very discouraging, man. Can you walk us through one of your dark times of losing and just how you push through that?
Probably the hardest part. I've dealt with a lot of loss, a lot of death, but it was two losses that hit me the most. Was my nephew Jonas and my coach Brian Gassaway. And I lost my nephew when I was in grammar school, so I wasn't old enough to really like gravitate towards like what I lost. But as I got older, I like missed. I just knew like I didn't connect well with people, but I knew I connected well with my nephew. Yeah. Type of thing. I just knew me and him had a bond. Yeah. And I didn't connect well with people at that time. So when he died, I was like, dang. Like I lost a connection, a close connection.
Right. A tether, you know what I mean? Yeah. And
then, oh man, my grandpa, we used to watch wrestling together all the time. That was my G. And when he passed, I was like, man, I started going through this thing where I was like, man, people I love and I get real connection with, they die. Yeah. And then, so I got older, and I met Brian Gassaway, bro. And that dude changed my life. Like, he was another guy who showed me flawed me and can still be extraordinary. Mm. Like just because he's flawed in areas doesn't mean he's not extraordinary in other areas. Facts. Because he wasn't a perfect man. He fought his own demons. But when he died, I felt like, and he made it to everywhere I wanted to be. He made it to the UFC. He had his own gym. He had everything I wanted, and it wasn't enough for him. So for me, it hit me to a point like, what the fuck I'm doing all this for then? Yeah. He had it all. Yeah. He had everything I'm working for right now. Mm. He had it. And it wasn't enough. So that fucked me up for a while. And then I was like running from it. I was running from being fucked up from it because I just kept trying to get fights. But the universe was like, making fights fall through, and I'm like, man, because I missed weight once, other guy missed weight, and I missed weight again, and then I went and did another missed weight and got suspended. So I'm just like, okay, it got to be something in the universe. I can't even make weight. Yeah. I never had problems making weight. So I took it's been like 3 months. I probably haven't fought in like a year. So fighting coming up is gonna be pretty dope to get in there again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to make it out to that one. I never been to one. I only been to smokers, and two, it's just like you my man. So I want to see you. I want to see you unleash all that shit, bro.
But losing him put me through something because it was crazy. Because I had a fight right when he had died. I had a fight coming up.
Yeah.
So it taught me quick to use his energy and win. So I went into that fight. I won. But it didn't feel the same. And it was in an arena that he coached me in before. It was like some movie shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, it didn't feel the same. And then like my will to do it just was gone. Because I just like my purpose of it was gone. I'm like, this dude he reached all that and it still wasn't enough for him. So maybe I got to find something else.
Yeah.
That's enough. So I had just stopped, bro. I had stopped training. I had stopped doing everything because I was just like in a slump. And then something hit me in my mind where it was just time to get up. Because I was just like, I hit 30 and I was just like, all right, I can either still be mad and like still be like wallowing and being pissed, or I can like keep pushing in the honor of the person that I lost.
Facts.
Because me and my dad wasn't close. We had a father-son relationship. He had his expectations.
Right, you were trying to meet him.
Yeah, and I was just trying
maybe
to
ate dinner a couple times, and that's just how I go.
Yeah. So, but me and Brian had like a connection, bro. I can like call him, talk to him. We went on a lot of road trips together for fights. So it'd be just me and him in the car for like 12 hours for a weekend, driving to there and back. So it's like, it's time just listening to old school music and just all this stuff with him. And it just like, when I lost him, it was just like, I lost a dad. It was like, I didn't have that connection with my dad.
Yeah, I was going to say, he sounds like a second dad.
Yeah, it was like, I lost a pops. So it was just like, I was done for, bro. I was like, if it wasn't enough for him, it ain't going to be enough for me.
Yeah.
But then, after the last incident when I had went to a fight and I ain't make weight, I was like, I think I'm done. Like I had a feeling like I think I'm done. Like I just ain't have it. Like I had
the gumption for it no more.
I ain't have it no more. It's like I can fight, but I don't got the will to just do all this no more. And then she was like, so you just gonna quit on Brian's name like that? That's why I focused on my girl though, because she was like, you just gonna quit on his name like that?
She pulled the card.
She pulled it, bro. She pulled it out quick, like she was sitting on that. Like she been watching me wallow.
That bitch like a spades game.
Bro, she been sitting on it, and she been like, and she was just waiting for me to reach that point where I say I quit. Because the whole time I was in this depressed state, I never said I quit. I just kept on like saying I'd get back to it. Kind of like Creed when he lost, he wasn't going to the gym.
Yeah.
Same thing. I wasn't going to the gym. And so I took the fight. It didn't work out. The fight didn't happen. And then I was like, I think I'm done. I'm good. And she's like, you just going to quit on his name like that? You just going to throw away all the years of training he gave you, all them road trips, all that shit? And you a Kobe fan and you talking about quit?
Yeah.
You got a Kobe poster on your wall. You got Kobe tats and you talking about quit? So she hit me with the cards, bro.
Yeah.
She hit me with the cards. She said your whole life has been about like not quitting. Your whole life been about just,
that's
like,
your whole identity.
That's your whole identity.
If you quit now, then who
like,
are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And she was just like, it's only over if you say it's over. So if you say it's over, it's gonna be over.
Yeah.
But if you get up right now and say, you know what, I'm gonna take the time, figure myself out, and then get back in it, you'll be fine. She's like, stop comparing your journey to other people's. Like, cause dudes, I was getting pissed because dudes I was fighting, who I fought and beat, was on bigger stages, and I was getting pissed because I'm like, I beat these dudes.
You're like, I deserve that.
I deserve that.
Right, that's my spot.
And that's, I'm like, how the fuck you get? And so she was just like, and she was like, because you letting losing Brian just weigh you down. You need to just fight for him instead of being mad at him for not being here. Fight for him. So I got into the gym one day, and then all the stuff happened when I left CMT, and the universe was like gravitating me back to CMMA, the home where I was training with him at. And it was just like universe was just pulling me there. Because in my mind, it's one of those, man, I didn't want to go back because it was just like too many memories and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, I kept thinking about it though. It was on my heart to go back, but I wouldn't put it in motion, get my feet moving.
Exactly.
So fucking God pulled CMT right out from under me. And it was a good thing too, because it was just like a vibe of people that he just knew that I shouldn't have been around. And he was like, you need to go home. And I just wasn't listening. So he snatched everything, and then I had to go back home. Went back, crawling back to CMMA, and the owner Misho, still owner from when I was a kid, he looked at me and was like, "About time you came back." Me and Brian had,
like he was waiting on you.
He was waiting, like he already
put
knew.
your gloves on.
Like, he was like, "About time you came back," and so like he just like I never left. He just let me in there, and it feel like home again. Like it feel like training feels fun again. Like waking up, training feel fun. Like being in the space where I train with him with those memories, instead of being afraid of those memories, I'm embracing them. And I'm remembering like the training and stuff. So it took me about a year of just like a depression, bro, just being down and out, just running away from the inevitable. Like I thought if I kept fighting and I kept winning, all the problems would be solved. Yeah. But the universe was like, well, what if I take fighting from you now? And just based off the fact that you can't even make weight, so I'm gonna make it a discipline problem. I'm gonna put it because if you was focused, not worried about this, you'd have been disciplined enough to make weight. So the universe just flowed everything the way it was supposed to go, bro.
It's fucking beautiful, man. Thank you for sharing that, because honestly, that just spoke to me in many different areas of my life and how I'm trying to get back on track and trying to find my purpose again and define myself, redefine myself. And I think that I need those cards to be pulled for me too, because as you said it out loud, I know it's your girl talking to you, but I'm kind of feeling it too. Like, wait, you gonna quit, nigga? The
fuck? Bro.
You
like
she
said,
it like, bro, this who you are,
it was
bro.
like real like movie shit. I was sitting outside the hotel. We was in Houston. I'm outside the hotel smoking a blunt, and I'm just like, my mind was done. And she walked. I think she just felt it, because she never bothered me after like situations. She let me like kind of chill, but she came out there and she was like, you only quit if you say you quit. And she said, if you keep trying and it don't work, cool, but you're not failing because of your talent. You failing because you lost your confidence when your coach died. And when she said that, I just honed in on it and just realized like I can fight for him, and I can be like a vessel for him on this earth. Like I can keep his spirit alive. I can keep him alive. I can keep his lessons and his philosophies alive. Like I can. He can be immortal through me, through all the things I achieved, through all the people I helped. Yeah. Anybody I helped, training wise, anything. That's from Brian Gassaway. Man. So it's like I wouldn't be me without him. Cause when I got to him, I was a rebel teenager. He showed me discipline, how to like grow from mistakes. So anybody I help and they say, Siron, like, yo, you really like helped me, yo, like that helped me out. Like you really said the right stuff. That's all Brian, bro. That's all him. Like it's just him, and I'm just like absorbing everything I learned from him and trying to put that into my life. Because that's the only way I can. That was what was able to get me out of bed and get me into a gym. Right. Get my feet into a space to train again.
Man, that's so beautiful. I'm so glad you had somebody like that, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Rest in peace, Brian, bro.
Yeah,
sounds like a great man, dog.
Yeah, he was cool, man.
Man, you want to walk us through some of the struggles of the profession overall? Because I know overall you got the battered and bruised bodies, and I know sometimes you probably ain't walking for 2 days because you just sore as fuck, sitting in ice baths and shit. But what else comes with that, the struggle of being a fighter? I mean, even coming up in it and, like, you know, like you said, some people taking your spot and it's like, bro, you don't even deserve that. I'm working 10 times harder than you.
But
like, all that defeat, I know comes with it, but what are some more struggles that come with that shit? I know... Shit, it's probably relationships and everything too.
It's mostly relationships and your mental. You just gotta it's a constant mental workshop. Yeah. Because I constantly gotta tell myself it'll get better as long as I keep progressing. Cause in my mind things stop when my feet stop moving. So as long as I keep my feet moving, I got a chance of progression. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, people I beat are in these positions, but I can't compare my journey to theirs. I can't be like, man, they got that I didn't. I'm not worthy. That don't mean that. It just means my journey is different. My journey has always been hard in my entire life. I always had to take alternate routes. Always had to, take the back way. But I always got where I wanted to get eventually. And that's what I held on to. I just sat down and I looked through my life. Shouts out to therapy. Because she told me to really sit down and look where you've been through your life. And what has happened leading up to all the things you've achieved. Yeah. And it was pretty much I got in when I wasn't supposed to get in. Like I always got there. Like I always just stubbornly just always eventually got it. Yeah. Eventually got it. So it's just like, this is just staying the course of my entire journey. My journey has always been, I never get the easy route. I always got to take that extra 2 to 3 miles. But that's fine. I don't take that as like being salty or hate on somebody else who gets shortcuts or have somebody to give them a push.
It seems like you took it and put it in a piece of your definition and was just like, okay, I got to work a little harder.
So I always knew from the jump, when I came in this profession, I'm going to have to work harder. Yeah. Dudes have more resources than I do. They have more connections, so I'm going to have to work harder. So it just lets me know when I get in there, I'm going to make sure I stay there. It's like, you shouldn't have let me in there.
No, facts. And that's another lesson I'm going to take from you, man, because I mean, even being raised, and I'm sure you're probably being raised the same way, being a black man, like we was always, belittled. And so it was always like, you got to do more than everybody else because they already think you can't do it.
You can't do nothing anyway.
So even a B is bad. Don't even bring a B home. I need an A. Oh, you got an A? Now I need an A plus. Because what the fuck are we doing?
Because it was never the flagpole always got moved.
Yeah, it always got moved. And everybody else's bar is here, but your bar always moving. And it's always gonna equal the same. That's the fucked up part.
That's the fucked up part. My bar way up here, but it equal the same as your bar that's way down here. So once I learned that, bro, it gave me a perspective that my journey is not anybody else's journey but my own. So I started embracing my own journey. I started embracing when I feel down. I embrace when I'm feeling up. And when I'm feeling up, I try to do as much as possible with my girl or hanging out. Yeah. Because I know I have moments where I'm feeling down. So I have down when I want to do nothing. So I'm enjoying more days now. I'm just like, you know what, man? Life is beautiful. We get one of these lives. So even if I don't get to the point of where I want to get to, I know and I lived my life doing things I love to do. And I have people around me that love me. And I feel like that's enough. That's the win. Like you lived your life doing what you loved, and no matter what you've done in your life, you grew, you evolved. You have people around you who loved you unconditionally while you here or gone. I feel like that's a win.
100%, man. I'm gonna take that and put that in the back pocket because I definitely can get frustrated with people in life sometimes, and then like you said, like that's the win right there. And on top of that, whenever people would like judge me or, well, why don't you just do this? It's like, bro, because our bars ain't the same. Exactly. My life ain't the same, dog. I can't just go do that. But it also gave me more, I don't know, I'm more proud when I get things done now. And I know my girl sees me like, bro, like you just cleaned the house today. Why you so happy? And I'm like, because you don't understand. There's so much on my plate. I'm so stressed and I did it. I fucking did that shit. Cleaned up. For real, man. That's a deep thing to take. Talk to us about your transition from fighter to trainer. I know you're still a fighter, but you started this fight. What puts you on the scale of like, okay, I'm open to teaching people, and like, was it just a money thing? Did it just like kind of fall in your lap with a couple people you knew?
It fell in my lap kind of because people started asking to like train with me and stuff. But the real passion came when Brian died. Because the way I was teaching was the way he taught me. It was like hard nose. You're gonna push yourself, and then you gonna know if you can make it or not. And we now training. It was like people who not even fighters. I watched him train people who finna go to work. So it's like he just pushed everybody to that limit because he wanted people to know that they can be pushed to that limit. Yeah. So I always wanted to give that to people. And when he died, I was like, I need to keep him alive, man. I was just like everything in me was like, I want to do as much as I can to keep his existence in my heart full. I'll never want to forget him. I'll never want to I got tattoos of him, of my nephew, like people who was real connections to me. That's when I get tattoos because it's like I need them to be immortalized. I don't need them to be immortalized for the world, but for me, they immortalized because they had like a stamp on my life.
I love that. And so you just paying it forward.
Yeah. So it just so happened Brian had an impact on a lot of people's lives. But it's like me and him had a connection a lot of people didn't have because we spent a lot of time on the road together. Just talking. He was not a talker, but for some reason he talked to me.
I mean, you spent 12 hours on the road with somebody.
So
you gotta start
talking, bro. And like he the reason I started liking comedy because he was into like old school comedy. We listened to old school comedy on Pandora and stuff like that, bro. So just hanging with him, he just gave me a perspective where it's like, man, you can live your life, you can bless people, you can help people, but still be who you are and stay who you are. Even if you a flawed man like he was, didn't have all his things together, but when people saw him, they respected him, and he respected them. Like he respected everybody. He gave everybody respect. And so when you give everybody respect, people gonna naturally respect you because some people don't get respect.
Effects.
From people they know.
Yeah,
so
leading with that integrity, man.
Yeah,
people move different around
Yeah, they move different, and that's how I learned. Like I see, like I get people who gravitate towards me who just like me or they understand how I think. And that's all just based off what I learned from a dude who I didn't even know. He just met me at 18 and just taught me so much about life. And then now that he gone, I'm just trying to do that same thing to other people. Like I'm just trying to, if people need help, because most of the time you being a coach, you're a therapist too. People talk to you about their days. They talk to you about what they're going through, what they're stressing over. So, and then that's how they get to know you as a trainer. And they're like, man, this dude really been through stuff. And I see him every day pushing himself hard. Right. So it's like, yeah, I've been through stuff. I've been through it. And you can get through it too. You just got to remember what you're living for. Because when my coach died, dying's the easy part. Living's hard. And that's what I came to the conclusion of. Dying is easy because people going to love you. They're going to miss you. The pain for you is gone. But living is hard because you always have an expectation for yourself every single day, and you never gonna meet your own expectations.
Let alone anybody else.
Let alone anybody else. Because a true person who got real expectations for themselves, they never gonna meet them.
They should be unreachable.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, but people who don't have expectations for themselves, they never understand a person who holds themselves to a standard of expectation. They'll never get it because they don't hold themselves to it.
Facts, man.
You know what I mean?
Damn, man. I really appreciate you, man. I love this conversation, man. Reaching towards the end, bro. I like to ask some lighter questions just to ease us out of our feelings a little bit so we can go to the world. What do you think separates you from other fighters?
My confidence. When I'm on my A game, when I'm there, nobody is like on that level with me. And that's just based off of what I came from. I've been through so much. It gives me a confidence to not be afraid of anything. Like, I fear God, bro, and that is it.
That's it.
And that is a freeing feeling to know you can walk this earth not fearing the man or a woman or anything. You fear God, and that's it. Right. And I feel like when that's your target point of fear, nothing a man can do in a cage gonna fear me. So I go into that cage with an open mind and an open heart. Like, I'm clear. Like, I'm calm. I'm at peace with my life's decisions. And I think that gives me an edge because a lot of these guys have families. They got families, and they're fighting for families, and they're fighting to put food on their kids' plate. Yeah. That's their why. Yeah. Which is cool, but you're trying to get back to that. Right. My whole life has been trying to reach Valhalla. Like a warrior's death. My whole life has been like, I'm a warrior and I'm gonna live my life as a warrior. So this is where I'm supposed to be. You doing this for a job, to put food on the table. Yeah, it's your passion, but now you really fighting because you got kids. I'm fighting because this is my life. This is how I feed my soul. Like, my woman has her own career, her own job.
If I don't make no money tomorrow, she'll
be all right. This is for me and what gets me out of bed in the morning, bro. What helps when I go to bed, I pray to God that I wake up only so that I can keep trying to reach it.
I love that.
Like, I don't pray for, like, give me this, give me that. I say, give me health, give my family health, and just give me another day to keep pushing. Give me another day, cause that's all we need, bro. We just need life can have things change in seconds. Yeah, we just gotta be instantly, bro, and we just gotta be prepared for it. And I wasn't prepared mentally or spiritually for what the next level of fighting is to bring. But now that I am, I see God already throwing stuff in my direction, and it's because I got this fixed. Yeah, I accepted the Brian death, and I accepted all that. And that's a superpower for me, bro, because now I'm unleashed now. Yeah. Now I'm free.
Yeah, now it's like fucking, Gohan and Goku talking to him.
Yeah, bro, I'm free now. Shit. Yeah, I'm free. Like, and I still talk to his wife, and she always give me words of encouragement. Like, I got one of his pajamas I'm going to wear out to the fight type of thing, bro. And it's just like, I keep connections close. And people, when they get in the fight, they always think, like, it's just me in here. Nah, bro, you not just fighting me. You fighting my clan. Like, you fighting my people. You fighting the people who ride for me. Exactly. Who support me and love me. You fighting all of us, G.
Facts, bro.
And that's, I feel like that gives an advantage, bro. Because I'm here to win or die, and I'm bringing not just my energy, but the energy of my village, the people who fuel me to keep living.
I feel that. And speaking to that confidence, that's why I feel like self-love is so important. Yeah, healing is so important. Therapy is so important. Because when you go through these trials and tribulations in life and you start to feel not worthy, that shit shows in every piece of your life, bro. You're not going to love your woman the same. You're not going to show up to work the same. You're not going to chase your passions the same.
Because you're not going to care to be even on earth at that point.
At that point, you just kind of go on. Yeah. It's like living while dead, which got to be like this limbo of the worst.
Yeah, this limbo, bro. You just wake up feeling foggy and you go to bed feeling foggy.
Yeah.
So when I let that go, bro, and I start like letting go and being more free and stuff, bro, it was beautiful.
Facts. What's some of the advice you'd give people like in or pursuing fighting right now? Whether they're fighting right now or whether they're like thinking about it, what's some advice you give them?
Whether you're fighting right now, you got to have that same hunger you had when you was an amateur fighting in front of no crowds.
Keep the ambition up.
Keep the ambition up. Keep the hunger up. Just because you got thousands of people in front of you, that don't mean you made it. You just on another stage. You hit a check mark. Okay?
Facts.
And to amateurs, don't let one loss define your whole entire amateur fighting career. Like, there's a lot of gyms out here that make winning and losing the win all be all. Like, It's gyms out here, they'll give you attention when you win.
Yeah.
But if you go to that same tournament where everybody else won, if you lose, you get pushed back here. While everybody else who won belts gets pushed up there. And that's a lonely feeling being back here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as an amateur, if you in a gym where that's happening, you need to make that change now. You can't get stuck in that environment too long. Because you need to be somewhere where you're not supported just in victory. You have to be supported in defeats as well. And it's a lot of gyms that don't do that. Okay? And that's the most important thing for amateurs. Because for an amateur fighter, confidence is everything. Confidence is everything. So even if you have your first fight and you lose, having that support of a coach and a team saying, man, you did good. You got it. You just got to do a little bit more stuff and we can get you there.
Yeah.
That's different than losing and nobody saying nothing, just giving you a pat on the butt and just walking away. You'll get it next time.
Bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if you experiencing that as an amateur, go somewhere where you can get with a coach who will lift you up in a victory and in a loss. Because that's the most important thing.
I love that. And I think we can place that on a lot of different things.
On a lot of different things, bro.
Yeah, like people shouldn't only be with you when you up. That shit whack as hell. And, you know, players fuck up, dog. You know what I'm saying? Some of the greatest that we ever known have lost more than once.
Yeah,
so
bro.
I don't want to hear it, dog.
I don't want to hear it. Like, so it's just like, if you've took L's in life, it's just like, get up. Like, you gonna take L's forever?
Yeah.
So it's just like, for professional fighters who really trying to really push and make it, just hold on to the ambition, man, and hold on to why you started doing this in the first place. And for amateurs, whether you're winning a lot or you losing, stay humble and understand that this is a process. You don't move as fast as everybody else. Nobody learns as fast as everybody else.
Yeah.
So hold on to that and understand you're going to learn at your pace, and you'll be just fine.
Facts, bro. What would you say your inspiration is?
Moms, Kobe, Brian Gassaway, those three, and my girl. My girl's a definite inspiration to me, though, because she come from, like, the same kind of, like, troubled households and families, but she is together.
Yeah.
Like,
for some reason, women do it better.
You know what I mean? Like she has her moments where she would, like, cry and just feel like she's overwhelmed. Yeah. But that's so far in between, though. Like, it take a lot for her to get to the point of where she's, like, crying and feeling overwhelmed.
Right.
So it's like, for her, she came from the same kind of background, but to have, like, this calmness and, like, this composure, and she loves to perform too, because she's a classically trained musician in college.
I love that.
So, like, she went to Berkeley, so she did all of this, and so she.
That's beautiful, man.
So she understands, like, that up and downs of performing and stuff. So she definitely inspires me too. So definitely, people, get you a girl who inspire you, or a man who inspire you. For sure.
No, 100%. I would say my girl definitely inspires me. She sometimes don't think I see it, and I think she's just in pregnant mode right now. Like, don't nobody see this shit. But nah, like, she's working 2 jobs, you know, carrying a fucking child, still doing the dishes when she get home, making sure, hey, babe, you need anything. You know, making sure we got fresh toothbrushes, because, you know, a nigga ain't gonna think about no shit like that. So, like, her doing that not only gave me remnants of my mother, and I was like, oh, I know I need you, because, like, the bar should be my mom, and I did too
I'm
much
a mama's boy too.
Yeah, I did too much dating around where I wasn't trying to make her the bar. Exactly. And don't get me wrong, I was too young at the time to even make her the bar, because like it was just dating and fucking around. But I'm 28 right now. I'm close to 30. Like, this is the end of my life, and I want somebody I can settle with. And I'm glad she gives me remnants of her, but also knows how to pick up and get it done when it's time to go.
Yeah, and that's what you need in a partner, bro. Because when you got a partner who has that same, like, if they don't never be too comfortable. They always say we need a little bit more.
Exactly.
Or a little bit, because if I'm comfortable and you comfortable, we never gonna move.
Yeah, no, you never going nowhere.
But exactly. But if I'm sitting here comfortable and you sitting here like, nah, we gotta do this by the end of this, and so we can be here, and then by next year we'll be here. You feel me? And then it's like, I wasn't even thinking towards next year.
Nah, one thing she could do is make me uncomfortable.
You feel me, bro? So it's like, all right. It's like, all right. So yeah, I would say Kobe, because growing up, man, in the hood, he was a superhero for me, bro. I remember watching him at 3 years old, dunking. I was just like, that's it. I watched the man, and he failed, and he came back. He got booed and came back. He took losses, came back. I watched him lose so much, and then when I found him win and saw how happy he was, I just gravitated to his dad. As I got older, I'm like, man, I watched him lose a lot. I watched these people talk shit about him, say he's selfish, say he couldn't pass, say he could never lead a team, and he took all that and did it.
Yeah, it made it happen.
So it's just like, yo, And then like, so yeah, stuff like that, bro.
And I love the stories of him when they like, oh, we just won a championship, or we just lost the championship, and Kobe's still in the gym shooting his 100 shots. But yeah, we just won. We all going to the bar. He's like, nah, I'm gonna get these shots off first.
Cause like,
and that's something I'm definitely gonna instill in my kid. Like, oh, you won. That's amazing, babe. Now we finna go around the track
a little bit, cause you know you are at a different level when your peers see you as different.
Yeah.
When people who are in your field with the same accolades, but they see you as different. Because when I was watching Redeem Team, they was like, they all went partying, came back 6 a.m. He coming downstairs finna go to the gym.
Yeah.
So it's just like, they're inspired by him.
Exactly.
Y'all got the same job. Y'all in the NBA.
Facts, man.
So that was always my thing, bro. I was like, I want to inspire people, not in my field, but I want to make people in my field think they can fight. I want to make anybody think they can feel in the ring when they train with me, bro. Because that's that confidence, that's that power you feel when you wasn't defeated, when you know somebody tried to defeat you.
Facts, man. And that's a good thing to hold on to, man. Definitely. I gotta play 2K right now and put Kobe in, man. How do you want to be remembered at the end of your career?
Exciting fighter who never backed down from competition. And I already know as my career progresses, I'm gonna make probably more mistakes and do more stupid stuff because that's just who I am. I'm a wild dude sometimes, and doing stupid things is just in my nature.
Yeah.
But they gonna know no matter what people say about me, because it's always people in social media who say stuff about fighters like they like unemotional and they're like unstable and stuff like that. I just want people to see, don't take what people say and just take what you see. Cause a lot of people not gonna be able to talk to me and have conversations with me.
Exactly.
So take what you see and take what you hear from me, and that's gonna be like an exciting fighter who gave no fucks. And when he lost, he went out on his shield. And when he won, he celebrated with all the people around him, fans, family, whatever. Like, it's a victory for everybody.
Nah, facts. If you blow up tomorrow, man, I remember this conversation and be like, fuck that.
I represent the outcasts, bro. Like, the people who, like, the misfits. Like, the people who, like, just never really fit in. Like, because I've had a lot of moments where it's like, I'm around people and still feel alone.
Yeah.
I'm in a party, crowd full of people, girls twerking, all of this, and I still feel empty and sad. Yeah. And like feel like these people don't understand me.
Yeah, at all. Or I don't feel heard or seen for real at all. Even times where I'm the one being celebrated, I still kind of feel
what the fuck, man? I'm still not there.
Maybe so y'all not the right ones, or maybe I'm just not fulfilled in myself. I don't know what's going on, but so just don't feel right.
So it's like, yeah, bro, all of that. And some.
For sure. Well, okay, last but not least, man, what's something you want to leave with the people, man? It could be a quote. It could be, some beautiful words you got from your coach, man. It could just be something that's been on your mind, man. It could be a simple I love you. Anything you want to leave with the people at all.
It sounds cliche sometimes, but now that I've hit 30 and I've seen, like, a lot of people and a lot of interactions, treating people how you want to be treated can go a long way. And it's a real cliche. We hear it on TV and we hear all this stuff, but we all just want to be loved and appreciated for what we can give to the world. Mm-hmm. And civilization started when humans just working together, sharing skills and applying them and making the world better. Like, just know it's enough out here for everybody. You don't got to chop somebody at the knees to make it. Barrel. You don't gotta be crabs in the barrel. Like, we can all be successful in our fields. We can all be good people, and we don't have to take from each other. We can give, and we can give to people, and we can take. But don't just sit there and think the world owes you anything, because we have to go get the things we want, and people around us can help us get that. But you have to be willing to accept it.
Already broken, they been this numbing a while. I hide my feelings in liquor, I spill my mind to the crowd. I feel so lonely and bitter, it takes so much just to smile. They took another brother from us, what we supposed to do now? I need them pills for the power, I need to find